Another crappie. There's a bite.
Have they beat anybody over 500 this year? Okay. I'll rest my case.
Real light bag, though. It's crappie.
Yeah.
It's crappie. Come on in here, dude. Now, on Gunnersville, they got to be.
I just want you to be a real football
on Gunnersville to keep.
Robert, do me a favor and hit that.
Let's see what we got right here. He's going to be close.
Yeah. Well, all Cowboy fans.
All right. He's, if y'all can see it right there, he's 9 and there's 10 inches, so he's about 9 1/4, so I'm going to keep him. We're out to keep him in.
All right, welcome to the show, the Tuesday edition of Black Focus Radio. Our issues, our solutions, our voices on joynetradio.com. Appreciate everybody joining us. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. Got tons of stuff to talk about. Yesterday, I had planned to talk about a little bit about Bloomberg and his lie. So we'll talk about that
one right there might make the grade. I don't know.
Are we expecting a LREA person today? Maybe
but
not.
Now, that's the kind I like to scale, cut his head off, leave the tail on and everything, just fry him up.
If we don't, see y'all later. If we don't, that's cool. We'll keep you updated on what's going on here in Little Rock as well as it is around the country. A lot of stuff to talk about as it relates to schools and
let's put him in. Let's make sure
local politicians.
Lay down so y'all can see.
We had Brian Davis on yesterday. It was good to talk to him.
Can y'all
come to find out that I actually knew Ryan.
10 inches long.
I knew him, but
these crappie.
Have known
I've noticed this. They'll fold you
church, Temple City Church.
On these cameras, the size of them, oftentimes. All right, let's catch us another one right here. We're having fun.
I'm getting to that, if you don't mind.
There's fish.
Well, no, we're not being biased at all. And I think the interviews will speak for themselves, so.
There we go.
We're also expecting
we get
we did have Joy Spring on last Thursday.
It's a lot better fish than I have been catching.
And last Wednesday,
like to jump when I get that big Elmer. All right, we're mounting up a mess of fishes right here.
At some point,
now
here
we've been fishing hard. They're not really cooperating with me. That fish swallowed it. That's fine. If I was going to release him. You see,
since we have not
if he's going to release a fish, a crappie like this, which this one's going to get eaten,
as she announced for her
don't jerk around on that hook. That's what kills them. Just cut it.
French heel.
And that hook
so we'll get her on
will finally deteriorate.
And certainly we'd love to have French heel
okay.
But
and the fish should be fine. But that one's going to be eaten.
Republicans don't like facts, so they will avoid media that's going to ask tough questions.
There's a bite.
And if you
fish too.
And we're gonna talk a little bit, and I'm talking about that because if you didn't see the burn Mike Wallace,
oh, that ain't no crappie.
Chris Wallace put on.
Ain't no way. If it is, it's a Jim Dandy.
The pathological liar of the United States. We're gonna read that.
Have mercy. What do we got?
Because
I was real tired.
Chris Wallace wasn't playing.
Column.
It's pretty clear.
It don't feel
Chris
like
Wallace has had enough of Donald Trump and his minions. So
he is now. He's turning and twisting and rolling.
And the fallout continues as it relates to Stephen A. Smith, ESPN. And it's fascinating when you look at what's going on in that situation.
Especially that 1 pound line. I just ain't brave enough to try.
What other next step for LREA?
What do we got?
Bloomberg is a damn fool, and so are you if you support him.
I don't know if it's
really bad when a white man understands what his white privilege and fights to dismantle it, while black men on the dole suck up and support the status quo. Thanks, Max Kellerman. And yes, Massa. We said,
got through catching some.
Can you break me a little bit more, Massa?
Pretty good.
And that's what we saw on First Take yesterday. Black men being buck broken by the NFL. And if you don't know what buck breaking is, do yourself a favor and go look up the history of buck breaking.
Let's talk about this right here real quick.
You all still following that show and channel? Fox News Chris Wallace goes in on PLOTUS, and it ain't pretty.
Let's let that fish.
So that's what we're going to talk about today, of course. And if there are any local issues, you can call us up as well. Just remember 855-525-5683 is the number. That's how you get in touch with me. Let's see, as I decide on, we talked a little bit about the cemetery in Fayetteville.
Water's coming towards
and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well.
It causes
in fact, I sent my very dear friend Tamla Tenpenny because she's been active in the state of Arkansas and around the country
behind there
as far as it is to make sure that black cemeteries are
out and grab
anything
they can. They
ran over by gentrification.
It's their comfort zone, excuse me.
And we're seeing a lot of that across this country.
But
thanks to my good friend Tamla Tenpenny for making sure that that does not happen. So good for her. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's jump into black facts and get this party started.
Like a mean fish. It's a big crappie. Woo! I mean, that fish was doing some hammering jammering right there, baby.
All right, so I got to ask y'all a question.
Hey, I finally
I always ask the question when we talk about the Bible.
It's about time.
What are the two countries?
That's a pretty good fish right there.
Any other.
Hit a shad.
And that is Egypt and Ethiopia. Many of the Bibles
fixing to put you in the frying pan, but that one hit
so the other day I posted an article
and
about
he hit in about
Bible.
25
so I don't understand
feet
why y'all reading Bibles that are written by white
they're
folks.
going deeper in the water column.
That's
the typical of a crappie. You know, we've
the
been
oldest Bible is written
talking about that. That's a
good
fish.
The world's first illustrated Christian Bible discovered at Ethiopian monastery.
The
world's earliest illustrated Christian book has been saved by a British charity which located it at a remote Ethiopian monastery.
I don't know what this is.
Did they save it or did they steal it?
I didn't have time to. When the fish bit, I didn't have time to.
I'm just asking. That was my personal commentary.
I'll turn on my camera.
You know, we know for a fact
like
that
I've been catching these crappie on.
Many of the European countries stole artifacts from Africa.
And this fish right here
to say that it was saved
is not a bass.
What were you doing in Ethiopia at this monastery? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was my editorializing. I'm sorry.
This is about
the incredible Garima Gospels.
Now,
this are named after a monk who arrived in Africa.
That was a little bitty shade
in the African
right there.
country in the 5th century, and is said to have copied them out in just one day. Beautifully illustrated, the colors are still vivid, and thanks to the Ethiopian Heritage Fund, have been conserved.
We'll get him in a second.
Abba Garima arrived from Constantinople in 494 A.D.
These blue cats,
and legend has it that he was able to copy the Gospels in a day because God delayed.
You know, here in Tennessee River, blue cat getting huge.
The incredible relic has been kept over ever since in the Garima Monastery near Adwa in the north of the country, which is in the Tigray region at 7,000 feet. Experts believe it is also the earliest example of book bindings still attached to its original pages. The survival of the Gospels is incredible considering the country had been under Muslim invasion, Italian invasion, and a fire in the 1930s destroyed the monastery's church. They were written in goat skin, written on goat skin in the early Ethiopian language of Ge'ez. There are 2 volumes which date from the same time, but the second is written in a different hand from the first. Both contains illustrations of the Gospels, though the text has been mentioned by occasional travelers since the 1950s. It had been thought they dated from the 11th century
that's why I don't like
at
to
the
use
earliest.
lead. I need to get
Carbon
me one.
dating, however, gives me dates between 330 and 650, which tantalizingly overlaps the dates Abba Garima arrived at the country. So the first volume could be in his hand, even if he didn't complete the task in a day. Or the oral tradition states, the charity Ethiopian Heritage Fund that set up to help preserve the treasures in the country has made the stunning discovery. It has also allowed incredible rare access to the text. Experts could conserve outside. That's our block fact for today. Like to sponsor Black Facts, by all means do so. Call me up at 615-554-0568. You still have some time to get your business out there for the upcoming Christmas and holiday Kwanzaa season, so do that as well. I got a great package for you. What's up, Russ? How y'all doing? Thanks for joining, as well as Miss Latanya. Always enjoy
I'm going to fish for crappie.
Latanya. And by the way, since we're talking about Latanya,
best ways I know to catch crappie.
We need an intervention for
live bait, live minnows, toughies in specific.
You know,
I've got two types of toughies.
You know, I've never seen a 4th of July tree.
And an orange toughie minnow.
I've never seen a Thanksgiving tree.
Try them both and see which
I've never seen a Valentine's tree.
And
I've never seen
I'm using today
any of the damn trees that Latanya keeps up in her house. Throughout the year.
This is just a small spinning.
They look like Christmas trees.
Real small. Loaded.
But they have other artifacts on it. So yesterday, I noticed that Tanya had a tree that had turkeys on it. And she's calling it a Thanksgiving tree. Now what she doesn't, what you all don't know, I believe Tanya is trying to fool us all.
Real simple.
She's just
lazy.
lazy.
One of the most simplest.
She doesn't want to take down her Christmas
you can
tree.
have for crappie.
She just repurposed it every month.
You can get these at Walmart, or I can at your local
Yes,
Walmart.
she does.
If not, you can order
Yes, she does.
a little bitty
Mother's Day tree.
I don't know what size it is, but it's about like a BB.
And
then she got a 4th of July tree.
In a size 6.
Yep. Ain't nothing happening in August.
Arbor Day tree.
Arbor Day.
What that means, if you'll see
So,
the bend
you know,
is,
yeah, it's
there's just cam action
What's up
hook.
with that? In a
It's-
Halloween tree.
Actually,
It's
cam action hook.
so she's trying to pretend
military,
like she's there's a purpose to these trees.
years ago
She needs an
and
intervention.
put them in survival kits.
She does.
That's
Okay.
a little bit of history
I'm just
about
saying.
cam action.
855-525.
But this is a size
Love me
6,
some
real
time.
small.
No doubt about that.
The toughies I'm going to use today are going to be anywhere from an inch
525-5683 is the
and a quarter
number.
to an inch and a
That's how
half
you get in
long,
touch with us.
real
Where do
small.
we want to start today?
And once we find
Since we're not going to get into,
how deep
I want to
these
start with
crappie
Michael
are.
Bloomberg.
I'll
No, I don't.
Damn,
I want to start with
we'll catch crappie.
Chris Wallace.
Because I need to today, because Mama Sue wants them.
Because, you know, and those of you who don't know, Chris Wallace is one of the lead
7 or 8 home, probably.
reporters.
That's all I need to clean.
Oh, I shouldn't even say host
crappie.
for Fox
I'm
News
not a
Sunday.
big fish eater, but if you're good
And as
to
I've
your
said, I've
woman,
watched this show. I
they'll
watched
be
this
good
show
to you.
for a
Okay.
long time
Men
before I
just be
just
good to
couldn't
your
watch it
woman.
anymore. It was just too overbearing.
And,
But I would get up
We're
every
gonna
Sunday
go catch a
morning and watch
crappie.
every
That's
news show.
enough talking.
Face
Let's
the
do some
Nation, Meet the Press.
Stay with me.
Sunday,
down then.
Fox
So,
News
yeah.
Sunday,
Here.
anything that had to do
Yep.
with the news. And then I would even watch, what was the name of the one on Seattle?
crappie.
I mean, on CBS with Charles Kuralt, the special interest story.
Messed up. He's making
I
his
forgot.
head
I didn't
shake.
even watch that. I mean, I was just that. Now she's saying it's a holiday. It's a holiday. Tanya, stop.
Pretty good crappies. I
We're
believe
coming
it's a
over
white
after the
crappie,
show
yeah.
to lay
Let's see what
hands
we
on
got.
you. Okay, get your
Water's so
family,
clear, the
everybody
patterns
together. We gonna intervene for you today.
Yeah, look
All right.
at there.
I'm just saying. So,
Look at that. What a pretty fish.
so Chris Wallace on
a
Sunday
keeper.
interviewed Steve
That's a
Scalise.
keeper. Let's put him
Steve
in the bucket.
Scalise is the congressman who was shot at the softball game a couple of years ago.
Shoot, 4 or 5 of them right there. Let's put him in
he
there.
was on trying to defend Donald Trump.
And he hit a regular.
Now, the problem with trying to defend Donald Trump is that oftentimes he's indefensible.
He come up and got
it. So when you, and that's part of the reason you don't see Republicans going on a lot of alternative news stations other than Fox News. Because Fox News is going to applaud them. All right? So anytime a Republican comes on, let me just be honest with you, he's lying. I'm just being real with you. And I think if you are a legitimate journalist, as Chris Wallace is, of course, you know, his dad was Mike Wallace. You know how Mike Wallace was. Mike Wallace didn't fly. Okay? So if you are a legitimate journalist,
camera picked it up,
you're not going to accept
they'll hit it and it's steady under.
Okay?
No
and
jerking,
more and more and more,
stuff.
the Fox News Sunday program is refusing to accept BS. Now, it's taken a long time. No, Fox Face the Nation is a CBS show, but the On the Road with Charles
bend over much.
That's what it is. Okay.
I'm stove up.
But anyway, so Steve Scalise was on Fox News this past Sunday, and I happened to watch it, and I was laughing.
Out here. I
mean, if you want good comedy, watch Fox News because it's comedy. Okay. It's the best comedy because the world can be on fire, and Fox News is talking about the mating practices of the tsetse fly.
This fish.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Okay.
11
so
and a half.
here's after the interview because Mike Wallace tore Steve Scalise a new
on that fish right there.
Okay. I mean, professionally done. Literally ate him alive.
Take over
with facts.
For me and my wife, about 5
Not
or
fiction,
6.
facts.
Done.
And as Steve Scalise continued to try to espouse the lies, Mike Wallace continued to eat him alive.
Confidence in that case.
So of course, Donald Trump was watching. He says this, as Steve Scalise, blew the nasty, obnoxious Mike Wallace. Will never be his father, Chris Wallace, will never be his father, Mike, away on Chris's lowest rated unless I'm on morning show.
There he is. He's down.
This kind of dumb and unfair interview would never have happened in the Fox News past. Great job, Steve.
They're wanting to stay right there.
Chris Wallace responds.
And that's a crappie for you.
And it wasn't pretty.
Come on back. Here's
what Chris Wallace says.
He circled plumb around the boat there.
And you will never be your father either. Fred Trump,
that's our keeper.
A self-made billionaire.
Good set.
You're
right
a fraud. You're a charlatan.
Setting the hook straight up.
Thug,
gets that done.
A loser.
Especially with them rotating hooks.
Baby. A punk.
Eagle claw.
A serial adulterer.
Let's put him on
excuse my vernacular, a pussy grabber.
Mess of crappie
my job is to be a journalist, not a flunky and a propaganda arm for your criminal behavior and corruption.
They don't have to be very big at all, not in this clear
water.
water.
Hannity, Ingram,
this one here is about 1 inch and a quarter long. Pretty and orange.
Golly. Kiss your ass.
Look at there. He just shines in the water.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Lost my bearings.
I mean,
spot out there.
But what I loved about it even more, even though the shade against Trump, he threw shade at his colleagues. Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Janine Pirro, and Tucker Carlson.
Fish didn't want to commit for some reason.
He let him know.
Crappie here.
Man, he tore him a new one. And see, that's the journalism.
Head shakes.
That's the journalism you aspire to do, my friend.
That's what I do every day on Black Focus.
Yeah.
I ain't for no mess on this show. I'm just saying.
He hit it once, turned it loose, and then come back and got it.
Okay, keep calling me something. Okay.
Why he did that on a live bait, I don't know, but that's fishing it.
I'm just saying.
Look at there, what a crappie.
I only got 4 ties. You got about 2.
My goodness, and he hit the
Don't start no time.
orange minnow.
So
I
that's
ain't
all
got,
right.
I ain't got
Minnow.
4 ties.
Or minnow.
It's about to go down.
There's a lot of different
Yeah,
ways to
it's
say
about to
that.
go down, player.
Time to hide the vehicles.
That's a good one.
But I was
Look
glad
here,
to
what
see
fish.
Chris Wallace
Now
stand
that
up because
is what I
at the end of the day, part of the problem, what's going on in
in
this
this part of the country,
is that
from
there are
right
people
there
who
to
don't simply believe in facts. And
a little
if
bigger, but
we
now look at
continue
there,
to
what a
allow this
fish.
to
That's a
happen,
good crop. What's some fillets?
and
right
unfortunately,
there?
there are about 30% of
Let's put
the
him in
American
the
public
bucket.
who doesn't believe in facts.
Okay. Wow,
Okay.
that is a big crop.
I'm fascinated because I'm sitting here thinking about what's
There
going
it
on in
goes.
Venice, Italy right now. Are you familiar with what's going on in Venice?
I'm not.
You know, Venice is that so-called romantic city
crappie.
where you travel most places on a gondola because it was
Not
flooded
no monster
centuries ago.
by no means, but
and
good fish.
they've been able to build the city up.
I'm having to be
over the
real
water.
stealthy out here.
Well,
real
last
quiet.
week,
That's
the
what I'm
Venice
talking
City
about.
Council, or whatever
It's a
group they
black
call
crappie.
themselves that governs
Because
Venice,
there's no wind,
they
virtually
defeated,
nothing
or at
out
least
here.
voted
The water's
down,
real clear.
a
So I'm
proposal
stepping
for
around
global
real,
warming because the tides are
real
rising.
quiet. Now that crappie
It was
might
a
have
couple of
swallowed
days
both.
later that the Venice City Council
Not quiet.
was
It's
literally
down there in his
flooded
throat, and I caught him on
because
the
they have
orange
a
minnow.
50-foot tide that has
Good
risen
chunky
over the
fat
last 3 to
stocky
4
fish
months.
right there,
So
ain't
the entire city of Venice is
Stump.
literally
What I'm gonna
underwater.
call him, old Stump.
And you had people who were trying to do something about it. Yet the
I
status
love
quo.
it. My bucket
there's
starting
nothing
to
to
get some
see here.
crappie in it.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
But they're
So the
they're
point
pretty
in
slow
bringing
about
Venice
biting
into
because
this
there's no
conversation
wind
is
in this
typical
clear
of what
water. Now, clear
Republicans are
water,
doing today. Is that they are
you really
ignoring
need some
facts
wind. Let's see if
from
that minnow is good enough to catch
the
another one.
pipeline that just blew up in
Yeah.
Oklahoma that is
Might be able to
just
catch two on
disrupting
this
and
minnow.
destroying the water table, which
But,
they were warned that would
catch him
happen.
yet.
Okay,
Right
to
in there.
global warming, to all of the things that are
Okay.
adversely affecting America.
There needs to be a little
Republicans have
wind
turned
right
a
here. It's
blind eye
making them
to
a
it.
little tough
The thing for me
because the water is so clear.
is that if you don't have a fix,
A little ripple in the water, he's down again, though. There's another fish.
so when
He made a storyteller out of me,
Black
folks.
issues. They start talking
That's all right, though.
about the rainforest, right? Talk about
Not everybody knows it all, do they? I just
They start talking about
made that cast right on top of that fish is what happened
right?
there.
I mean, you start talking about things that they have
a good
no
one.
answers to.
Golly, Mama's going to be proud of me for bringing some fish home finally.
And it starts to make you wonder how many people in
It's a
Little Rock
healthy fish.
board are Republicans because sometimes
Black
that's the
crappie.
same attitude they take.
You're
Caught
exactly
two
You
right.
have to wonder.
crappie on that minnow
They
right
pass
there.
around in emails to
What
all
about
their
that?
cronies.
This type of fishing right here to me
If we
is
don't-
that's a
we
good fish,
can't
ain't
find
it?
the answer for it. Well, we can find the answer for it, but it takes some kind of monetary signature.
This type of
So
fishing
therefore,
right here.
We're not going to even address
Get
it.
on in the bucket.
It's called
It is the
obfuscation.
simplest way to catch
That's
crappie.
exactly what they're doing.
We're just going to ignore it. Let's
When they're
pretend-
shallow,
pretend
whether
don't
it be in the
exist the
fall
whole way.
or springtime.
And that's why it's important
All
for
right,
people
folks,
like
the game
Russ
is
and all of you
done right
guys
here.
who go down to the council on a
Today
regular
was a
basis
beautiful
to
day
continue
to
to hold
fish.
their
We
feet to
hadn't
the
been
fire.
having many of
Do
these
not
here in the
allow
Tennessee
them to
Valley.
talk around issues
I'm not
that
used
are
to it
that
not
are
being
important to
windy.
communities.
I had to
You
be
know,
real quiet and stealthy in this clear water to catch them,
Russ
but
is
we
doing a
got
really good job down
some
there.
crappie.
I
Mama
really-
Sue's gonna be tickled to death. You know what, men? Be good to you woman, and you woman, I'll be good to you.
But just like a
Okay, and I
cicada,
want to
No, I'm
you
retired.
you will.
say I appreciate everything that y'all have said, all the good emails.
Nowadays,
And,
I'm up on the concrete.
You
man, I
said
tell you
right the
what,
way
it's
you
been
come out
something
of
gonna
else.
get-
That's all I know to
I'm
say.
gonna do like 20
Yeah.
layers of concrete.
Yeah,
Hey.
you
I'm never coming out again.
just keep
Main
digging.
thing
No,
is,
sir.
Just dig towards the
Good for
warm.
you.
I'm a capitalist, and in the next few days, you'll see my whole conversation change because I'm slowly transitioning.
Go beat you when you can, but all this good fish.
I'm just to happen. You know, there's an old saying, truth crushed to earth will always rise. The question
Good morning,
is,
folks.
do people really
Hey,
want truth?
I'm out here on
Because
Lake
you know, I
had to
think we
fire up
all
my little boat right here
live
because
to some
it
extent
ain't been
in
running in a
denial.
while. That's not good. You don't need to
And-
let them lay up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tanya. Robin's an advocate no matter
So
what.
I need to blow the dust
totally
off
agree.
this
Okay.
boat
So
here this morning.
the
I
question
think.
is that if we want our
But
political
while I'm out
leaders
here,
to
I'm
do
going
what's
crappie
supposed to be
fishing.
right.
Y'all stay
I mean,
with me.
I read something.
Let's
was
see
it
what we can do
yesterday,
this morning.
Where
It's an
they're
overcast
talking
day.
about,
Not too
destroying the
bad.
Social Security fund.
Moderately overcast.
And
The wind, I
right,
expect
but
it to get
they don't
up.
understand.
We're
or we
almost
don't
into
understand
March.
is that's not their money. That's
And let's
not
just
an
go hunt
entitlement.
some fish.
You know
See
what I'm
what
saying?
we can do.
I
Have a
started
little
working
fun with
14 years old.
it. Get in the boat. Let's go fishing. What a pretty area right here. I'm going to. This morning I've decided to try this. I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that's just part of fishing. But you have to test things out.
Social Security.
But I'm pretty sure
They never would say
that I can catch a crappie with a jig and float combination. Now I use a small float right here. You can see it's about 1.5 inches long. It's made by Betts.
Right.
Because then they want to make you think, oh man, this is all.
And I'm going to use a hand-tied jig this morning.
Right.
It's
and if you don't
made
think
by
you
a
pay
guy
for it,
from
the next time you
Texas.
get your paycheck,
It's a
look at that
Harry jig's what I call
FICA.
and I'm going to use this color,
and if
which
you've
is a
been working
natural
as long as I
color.
have,
Looks like a
and
little
I started
minnow.
at 14 years old.
Real simple.
No, you
Nothing
need to
high
keep your hands
tech
off my
about
Social
it.
Security. But again,
But I'm going to fish out of
if
this
you are
float. Now,
not
if you
willing to
notice
do
my
your
stop
research, then
right
these
here, I
people
always
will
put
be
it
able
at the
to pass
bottom.
lies off.
And the reason
to you
is,
like that.
as
You see what
light
I'm
as
saying?
this jig
And then
is,
too, now that they
if you
can,
put it at the
they
top,
can only talk to their
the
groups of
float
people.
will twist
It used
on
to
the
be that you
cast,
had to
and
go
it'll
on the
wrap
media
around the
regardless
float.
of what their
I
slant
don't know
was.
if y'all have ever noticed that, or it does for me. I'm using a 2-pound test fluorocarbon and an old Berkeley rod. He's probably 20 years old. I've used it in these videos before. Real limber. It's a lot of fun to catch crappie with it. And then I'm using a little Kuma spinning reel.
And then every time you
And
buy
I'm
something,
going to adjust my drag, and then we'll search for some crappie, see if we can catch a few
60% of your salary is taxed.
this morning. Maybe Big Daddy, I
What are you
hope.
getting for that 60%? I think it's important
Okay.
to understand that and start.
And then what we'll do right here, for those of you who's just in the channel, on any type of hand-tied jig
Exactly.
or any that's made out of fiber, I always use some kind of an attractant. Now, I like power
And to
bait,
show you the
but any
difference
will
in people in
work.
power. So
Just soak
I
it up
think
right there
Congress gets like
with
300 and
it.
something.
That's just a
days
habit
off.
I've developed over the years. I think throughout the
Okay.
course of a day,
Every
I get
year
a
they get
few
300 and something
more
days
bites,
off.
but that's just me. It gives me confidence. So, okay, let's
Maybe.
start fishing.
Maybe.
All I'm going to do
Okay.
right here is a
So
real
I
slow
saw a piece, and I
presentation.
want to say
I'm
it's
just going to
Ohio
move the
that
float.
are attempting to pass
towards me about a
legislation
foot at a
where that they
time.
will only pay their
The water's
representatives
warming
on the
up, so I'm
days that they
fishing a little
actually
more
work.
aggressive than I have in my past
Exactly.
videos.
And it should be.
And what that jig's going to do is trail behind and then come right up directly under the float. You're vertically fishing when you're doing this. And I'll test the depths and see where those crappie are in the water column, and then hopefully we can catch a few. Let's see what we can do. Cut up.
And they're asking to show up in her state senator capacity.
Cut
Not the
up.
capacity of Joyce Elliott.
Right.
So
You know, fluorocarbon line, as y'all well know, folks that fish a lot, it
You ever worked on a
has
job where
very
you had
little
an
stretch in
expensive
it, so I take my
Okay.
time
So what did you do?
with these crappie. Like,
No.
that's why, really, I prefer,
not the
in
cheating
my
part.
opinion, mono
So-
for crappie. I counted the stretch,
What is
but
fudging?
we got him in a good place. He wouldn't have never come off anyway.
So I didn't always
But
get there because I didn't
that's
spend
a
lot.
nice
So
fish right
I
there.
can catch like 10, 12,
So-
15, $20 sometimes.
That wasn't
Just
Probably
cheating.
12.
Anyway,
and a half, something like
well,
that.
you're not an advocate
But
anymore.
we'll
now
let
anyway,
it go.
so we're
Maybe
not
we
worried
can
about
catch
it.
a big old crappie. That's a big crappie.
But my point being is that typically you had a gatekeeper.
Just going straight
That
back.
when you turned in that expense report,
That's a big
number
crappie,
one, you knew what was covered before you went on that trip, whatever it was.
This is the
right?
time of the year to do it.
And then you may have fudged some things. That gatekeeper who checked those expense reports would say,
now these fish
sorry,
are a
we're
little
not
bit
covering
scattered
this. All right?
here lately.
I don't know, many of y'all may not have had a job
Sometimes
like that.
I
I've had
catch
multiple
2 or
like
3
that.
in the area, and sometimes
So,
just one
here's my
like that. But that's
Why
pretty
can't
well
you do that for
typical
legislators?
for right now.
So in Joyce Elliott's case,
There he is.
if she's going places at a senatorial capacity, why can't she be paid for that? You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
So here's what that would do. That would make them get out in the community more. You understand what I'm saying? Because
He's got that line
I
around
think
his
it
fin
would.
there.
I think it would, because here's why.
Twisted up. There he comes.
If you know
Hey.
that
Hey,
I'm going to be reimbursed for going
Hey.
to ABC fundraising,
open your
then you're
mouth.
going to be going to a lot of fundraisers.
I've got a net with me
Well,
right here, but I don't
but
like
you
to
understand
use
my
it
premise, though. So,
unless I just have to. If it's a great old big one, I will.
Like I said, that one's kind of hard for me.
Back
because
off
I've
that
seen-
area real
I've seen the
quiet.
recognition.
That's a nice
I've
fish.
seen the work that they
That's
put in.
another one about
Other
around 12
than
inches long. Now that's good
and they
quality
should be paid for
crappie.
that.
When you,
They should be.
I don't
in
have
my
a problem with
opinion,
that.
okay, if you catch a crappie
Right.
from 12 inches and up,
They be-
you're catching good fish.
right.
Let's let him go right here. Get on back in there.
I thought it was more than
Yeah,
12.
the numbers. But the thing is
That
while they
float
do a
just
lot
barely
more,
twitched.
I'm
He
still
run up behind that
concerned
jig and just opened his mouth and held it and just stayed there.
making these guys,
It wasn't a real
making
aggressive bite,
them,
but
making them
aggressive enough.
what am I trying to say? Making them provide
There he is.
Expense report.
My.
with all of the things that we've had happen in the last 2 years, with
Yep.
all the fraud.
Good fish right here.
I would not be comfortable.
Well,
with
they're
that
all
because
good
I think
fish.
That would be a lot more problematic.
I can catch one 4 or
This
5
now we
inches,
know
and
that
he's a
you
good
lose your
fish.
40, that's it. You keep the hell on once you get the
Come on in here,
But
boy.
if you do that,
Shaking your head like a bass fish. I'm changing colors. I went to a green one,
Not if you
Right
cap
here.
it.
little Perry hand-tied jig.
What
What I'm doing right now is seeing what they will hit.
Well, you should cap it. I mean, if you're already paying
Let's let this
$40,000 a year
fish
for
go
a state
right here. We'll
representative,
just turn
once you
him
get to
back
that
loose
threshold,
right
whatever it
here,
is, that's
like
it.
that.
You know, but
Let him go on back down in there. Finish. Eating. Green one.
Whatever, right?
You know,
to
that
a certain
represents
amount.
bluegill to me.
Yeah, you
Com-
saying that.
companies do that all the time.
Or a dark green like that.
You know, it's like
Here's a gold
I
chartreuse.
remember there were some guys at
Right here,
Dale
I changed, swapped again. I
who
do a
was
lot of
taking
that.
their clients.
I have a
They
lot
were
of
selling service,
confidence in that
storage, and
color.
networking.
It looks good
They
in the
were
water.
taking their clients to strip
Now let's see
clubs
if the crappie thinks it does.
and expensing the strip clubs. This is
There
a
he
true
is.
story.
That's one.
And they
I
were
was
making
just fixing
sales
to move,
out
too.
the yin yang. No pun
Hunt
intended.
some more fish. That fish hit the
But
gold one.
once the
Sort
once
of overcast.
the-
I believe
the-
that's why
the
the reason he
officials
did
that,
it. But
you know, that's in charge
Golly.
realized what was going on, they were immediately fired.
wow, this
Okay.
is a good crappie.
So what I'm saying is that
They're
there are
all
ways
good,
you
but
can
now this
cap.
is a big one.
You know, there are things that you can put
Black
out that will
crappie.
not be covered. I'm just simply saying,
My
I'm trying to
goodness.
save the
Are you
tax.
gonna give up?
Yeah, we got.
And he inhaled that jig I'm talking about. Come here, boy.
I'm serious. You're talking about guys
Golly,
who live off
Mom,
the,
what a
who live off the
crappie.
government tip.
I know.
Wow.
If you say, you know what?
Wow,
40,000,
wow,
we're not
wow,
gonna
wow.
be your selling anymore.
That's
We're gonna
close
let you
to,
expense out
I don't know.
what you do, right? Now
Just
you
for
gotta come up with
curiosity.
What's the hourly rate?
Hey, I want to show y'all
Okay,
something
so
real
the hourly
quick.
rate is $25
Now you see
an hour
how
for whatever
deep-
you do. Now you got guys just going
Right there, see down his mouth, how deep he inhaled that jig.
Stuff
Now,
as it
we
relates to
caught
your
on to the right
job.
color.
What do they
Like
make?
I said, I believe in my
167,000 a
opinion,
year.
it's
We're
because
talking
it's
on the federal
overcast
level.
out here. But that's a pretty
I want
fish
to
right there.
160, 168,
Okay,
somewhere
I'm
in
gonna
there.
say,
Again, you cap it.
I'm gonna say he's
Look,
about.
they don't deserve
You're talking about
160,000 a
the
year.
same.
Let's just go ahead and do it. Y'all are probably curious.
$4,000 for a ham.
Right there
They
he
ain't
is.
capping them. They ain't capping
He's
them. They- We both
13
I don't know why you did.
and 3/8.
It's not negative. I think
Now,
it's a great idea.
now if you catch one that length,
Screw us over.
and get down in here and get it here. We need it out anyway in case we catch it. Sure enough, big slab.
I'm just saying that's
13
what they're doing now.
Way quick, be real. I'm real gentle with these
Well,
fish
at
now.
least you can try to at least track some of that stuff right
Give you an
now.
idea
These
what
guys
a
are not doing anything,
fish
and they're
of this
making
length
millions of
away.
dollars. I mean, you'll spend
All right,
$2-3
they're
million
zeroed
to
out.
get a job that's paying you $167,000.
We'll
That don't
hook
make
him
sense.
up right here.
So that means that there's more money coming from
Real
somewhere.
quick.
But anyway, so
And,
also in the national news,
that fish
who
is
said this, Robert?
1
Over
7.
time, I've come to understand
No,
something
1
that I
pound, 7
long
ounces.
struggled to admit
That's
to
a pretty good
myself.
crappie.
I got something
we want us
important
about
wrong.
Oh, I don't know.
I got something
Wouldn't it be
important.
nice to catch
really
one about
wrong.
2.5?
I didn't
That's what
understand
I
that
mean.
back then,
But
the
let's
full
let that fish
impact
go right there.
that stops were having on Black and Latino
Right
communities.
in there.
I was totally focused on saving lives, but as we know, good intentions aren't
There he
good
goes.
enough. Now, hindsight
I
is
take it real
2020.
easy with them.
But as crime continues to come down,
I'm
as
real
we
careful with them
reduce
if I'm not
stops,
going to eat them.
and as it continued to come
just
down
take my
during the
time.
next
That's
administration, to its credit,
Let's catch another one.
I now see that
There
we
we go.
could and should have acted sooner and acted
Wow.
faster to cut the stops. I wish
Oh,
we
he's
had.
stretching that string.
I'm sorry that we didn't, but I can't change history. However,
Where
today,
you going, boy?
I want you to know that I realized
Water's
back
warming up.
then
These fish is
I was
fat
wrong,
now.
and I'm
No wonder that one
sorry.
is. That's a good
I'm
fish right there.
cheating.
My
I'm
goodness, he's cutting up.
cheating. I'm cheating.
Now he's got that jig right in his snoot. It's a big
I
crappie.
like that, man. I like that. I like
These
that.
are good crappie right here today.
You did?
Come in.
Who said that?
That was your boy.
Quit.
The thing that really
Go.
surprises me, and I should say,
Woo.
the thing that blows my
That
mind
barely
always
got him.
is
He
that,
wasn't as aggressive as the other one. Look at there, what a girthy
stop and
fish.
frisk is Republican legislation.
Yes, it is.
And so
That
you
is
got
a
Democrat
girthy fish.
implementing Republican legislation. Then it makes me wonder.
My goodness.
He ain't a damn Democrat.
Well,
It don't make me wonder.
I mean, well, you look
And he
at-
give me a
I mean,
fit,
but that's
folks. I'm not
uncommon
kidding about
with
that.
Democrats, right?
That is
Bill
a
Clinton, when he
beautiful fish right there.
did
Let's let him
NAFTA,
go.
that was Republican legislation, right? Obama with his thing, Republican legislation.
Yep.
Thing is, what I fail to understand is how are you introducing Republican legislation?
Oh, my
but at
goodness.
the same time, you're claiming to be a Democrat. So that's why I say, regardless of the party,
Floats under.
that
Right there behind the boat.
the ideology is the same.
I totally agree. By the way, back to the earlier story,
Yeah,
Russ says
God.
Regions Bank had a trust department
I don't
guy
believe
doing
that, folks.
and he took his wife with him.
That's a
The bank
good fish
found
right
out about
there.
it when his wife got arrested for dancing on the tables.
Darn good fish.
Okay.
Trying to eat me a sandwich.
But
Come in here,
I
boy.
agree with you about, but here's the bottom line,
Fishing,
and this
too.
is why I'm bringing this up.
I wouldn't.
As I see, black people have
8
got to
foot,
quit falling
9
for
foot
the
from the
okey
back of the boat, and that's kind of
Okay.
But
unusual.
we're not, though.
Well, and that's the problem, and that's
Shit,
why
that was a luck bite. Sometimes that'll happen.
And they gonna tell all
Darn
their
good
friends.
fish
Stephen A.
right there.
Smith.
Let's let him go. I can't believe that. That's the
He
first
sure is.
time.
They gonna tell all their
Get in there, boy.
Michael Bloomberg made a mistake, but we should support him. There's some white people who ran for office that
There
I
we
would
go.
possibly support. But let me tell y'all right now, I'm just
Wow.
gonna be straight up. If I'm supporting them because I'm getting something, I ain't supporting them just because.
That was a
I'm supporting
good,
them because
good
I'm getting
hit right
something.
there.
need
I
something.
mean,
yeah, that's what a capitalist
solid.
does.
Capitalist,
Yeah.
baby. And I
No
don't care
doubt
what, I
about
don't
it.
care what's behind your name, a D-R-I,
Come on, boy.
P, a Q. I don't care. I'm down with you, man. I'm down with you. 'Cause
Man.
at some point, you might be able to help
Fish
me
is
out.
pulling.
Capitalism
They
is
do.
its best player.
When that water
But
starts
again,
warming
black
up, them
folks,
fish
we
pull.
have-
He's stripping
we have-
drag.
We have shacked up.
No wonder.
We ain't
My
married to
goodness,
them.
what a
We
crappie.
just shacked up with the Democratic Party.
Oh,
They
my
cheat on us.
goodness.
They abuse
Ooh.
us. Stay with them. They lie to us.
Now, if that
Stay
ain't a
with 'em.
Tennessee River
They do
fish, I
whatever they
don't
want
know
to
what
to us.
is.
And we stay with them. We don't ever leave
I
them.
know one
I think
thing.
that's changing though.
Nah, it ain't changing.
Well, it's not changing fast enough, but just there's conversations that I've been hearing.
Think about now. Think about right now what people say.
Hey.
So all you hear people say is, you need to get out and vote like people.
Yeah,
Why though? Why should I get out and vote? What's going to be different if I vote for you?
Wow.
What's going to be different if you don't?
Old Goldie done his job
My life ain't
again.
going to change one damn way, one way or the other. That's what black folks say. I'm gonna be in the same misery I was.
So let's forget about empowerment.
I can't tell.
Let's forget about empowerment.
Legs on that fish, but we got fish. Elmer's got the fish.
Let's forget about food stamps.
Keeping it
Let's forget
pretty
about
clean.
welfare. Let's forget about all those things that black people. Let's forget about housing.
I should weigh you too. There you go. Yeah, that made him mad. He didn't want
No,
to.
I'm not
He didn't
making
want
that
to
assumption.
be
I
delayed
know
about
what the
going back in
statistics
the
are.
water, folks.
I'm just simply saying
He
is that
said,
if
no,
black
you
people
ain't gonna
don't
keep me out of the
participate
water no
in the
more.
process,
Hey,
then
let's catch another.
Asking me
I
to
want to say,
participate in the process that
thank
does
you
not
for
benefit
watching.
me.
okay?
So,
Because
do you hear me?
let me ask you
talk
something.
about black
Float.
unemployment. I listened to a guy the
Great
other day
technique.
on
Works year
on
round.
Bill Maher saying unemployment is down
Sometimes.
3%.
Not
Where the
all
hell
the
you
time,
at?
but
Come to the hood. I bet it ain't 3% in the hood.
Of course not,
But that's the conversation.
But
That's the conversation.
but it's
I
the
think
conversation
that-
because you don't participate in the process to make them have that conversation. I ain't got to talk about you. I ain't got to talk about you. You don't vote. The Republicans said it. Hey, I don't even give a damn about black people. They basically said, but you know what? Y'all don't vote for us anyway, so I ain't gonna do nothing for you. You get that right?
Helping us. So let me give you a great example, okay? Back in
good
the
morning, folks.
1870s,
It is a hot,
black folks was getting
humid
their
morning.
asses beat,
And the reason
hung,
is because we're
burned,
getting
drugged, you name it, because they was
chance
trying to
of
vote.
thunderstorms and
Right.
showers this
Your
afternoon.
boy, and I want to say Ulysses
So
S.
I'm
Grant,
after this.
Ulysses S. Grant was
Get
like,
us a video in
that's state stuff.
right
Wait a
here,
minute,
and I get a
that's
lot of
state.
questions and
That's on
comments.
state.
Well,
He was a
Richard, why don't
Republican.
you use
Back
Curly
then, that
Tail
was a Democrat
jigs?
thing. They tried
You know,
to flip it
Curly
and say
Tail
back
jigs
then he was a
is what I
Democrat, but he
started
was a
off
Republican, right?
fishing. That and a
They
howl
woke
fly.
us out.
If y'all were
Nobody
familiar
ever
with a
came
howl
to our
fly.
aid. Ever.
And I picked
Nobody
these
ever
up
came
at
to our
what's
aid.
the
Walmart.
point?
This is
The
called
point
the
is
triple
when they
tilt.
start coming to our aid is when these
Made by
black folks
Cream
started saying, hey, you know
Valiant
what?
Pack right here. It was
We down with whoever.
$1.47
We down with a Republican or Democrat.
for these jigs
Martin
right
Luther
here.
King, I think
And
Martin
there's
Luther King said it best. Martin
25
Luther King
in
said,
it.
I'm working with the people who's going to
And
help
they're
me get what I want.
approximately, they don't say, but they're
Why are
about
we
2
working with
inches
Democrats?
long.
I
Okay.
think it's foolish for us to be on one side.
Now,
I totally agree
I've
with
used
you.
these
But
before,
without
and
you-
they're great jigs.
That was not perfect.
Let's go crappie fishing,
Okay.
and then
But
afterwards,
my
let's
point
talk
being is this.
crappie.
And I've said this over and over again, and
The
I'm gonna
real
keep saying it.
crappie.
And you don't seem to
Discussion.
get this, Robert.
Okay, let's
I'm gonna
talk
try to
about
help
this
you get
jig
it
right
one
here
more
just a
time.
little bit.
Is that let me ask you
How I
something.
rig them.
I was watching.
This is on an
I
ultimate
saw a
jig
red piece
head.
the other day about.
Okay, but I've put my own
Evander
weed
Holyfield.
guard. This is a 40-pound test weed
Evander
guard,
Holyfield
single
this year
strand
made
piece of
$312
monofilament,
million.
4-pound Mr. Crappie.
Well, you know he's broke. Right?
And
You
here's
understand
my
that, right?
cream
All right.
bait right here.
So why
Now,
is
on the
Evander Holyfield
curly tail
broke?
folks,
Yeah,
I'll
you got a lot of
always
kids,
rig
but
mine
still,
up
$312 million.
where
You can take
the
care of
curl
17
part
kids.
is up like
All
that.
right. The reason he's
Now, a lot
broke
of
is because he didn't know how to
fishermen,
manage his.
they do right opposite, but either way it
Okay.
works.
Just like
But
many of
that's
these
my
other black
preferred way. I
athletes.
think I get
They're
more
broke.
action in the water.
Who was the guy from
Let's look
Kentucky?
at the action right here.
The player from Kentucky.
See that?
Antonio Walker is another.
A lot of action there on that tail. I hope y'all can see it.
he's
It's a little
broke
bit
because
over.
he didn't know how to handle
Now, these
his money.
docks is
Just
set
like
up in
some of
about
these
9 feet of
musicians
water right here.
and movie stars. They're broke because they didn't know how to
And,
handle their money. Now, what's my point?
Already I'm seeing a few
Same with
shad.
your vote.
So I'm pretty sure there's some
Get nothing
crappie
because you don't
on
know
them.
how to handle your vote.
Shad is the
That's
main
what I'm
thing
trying
to
to
look for.
educate people on. How to use your vote to get what you need. Right
Oh,
now,
wait a minute, Dave. Wait a minute. So, Dave, I come to you and say, Dave, I want you to do a website. I ain't never seen you before in my life. You say, all right, Robert,
There's the first one right there. It's a little black crappie.
I need that right now. Then you gonna give me the $500?
He ain't very big.
you need what right now?
The $500.
We broke the
$500
ice
right now, so I can do your website.
pretty quick
I need
right
that
there.
$500 in hand now.
That fish was about.
Well, see, it's funny you say that because you're talking about a
3
person
foot under the
who
surface.
at one point built websites.
So,
And yeah, you
fishing high for
you
them,
gave me 3/4
when you're
of
skipping
what
these docks is
the
the
original
best
cost
way,
was.
in my opinion.
So, no, I'm telling you now,
Crappie or up feeders. Let's see if we can catch another one
essentially
right
what
here.
you're doing, or what the Democratic Party is doing, is saying, hey, give me your vote, I'm going to give you something later.
I understand that. You're missing my point.
I'm not missing your
Yes,
point.
you are. You're missing my point.
And to everybody out there, stop texting me. I'm not supposed to no damn vote. If black folks gonna vote, they gonna vote.
Well, and if we don't vote,
But the thing is
if
why
we,
y'all ain't trying to
It was a
support
thought,
if-
no doubt about
This
it.
is the thing. Black
Now,
folks are in a
let me
very
say
unique
this
position
right
right
here.
now. Y'all
This
have
dock
leverage.
is at
If you ain't gonna
90
get
foot
leverage,
of
you
water.
don't deserve it.
what leverage?
You got
Let's
leverage
let that
right now. You
crappie
can
go.
demand some things right now because they want to get rid
What
of
I've
Trump.
done
If
is
they
I've
want to get
found
rid
them.
of Trump, the vote.
Wait a minute, you just said the
This,
vote
the
don't
water,
matter.
just about
No, I
every
didn't say it
time.
didn't
Okay, I
matter.
mean,
What
9
I
foot of
said
water. This is a
is that
1/32nd ounce
Democrats
jig,
often
folks.
ask for that vote before they do anything.
But no,
When I
you're
make that
contradicting
cast-
yourself.
No, I'm not.
You're telling black folks
Skip.
why are you going out to vote when your vote
This
don't matter
jig
to
falls about a
Democrats.
foot a
No.
second. So
Yeah,
right
Dave,
now
you're
I'm at
missing the
4.5
No,
foot.
I'm not missing the point.
You're trying to twist it up. Dave.
No, I'm not
You're
trying to. Would I do that?
You're trying to Republican me, Dave.
No,
We don't need
would I do that?
Yeah, you would.
Therefore,
I
I'm
would
keeping
not.
the
Yeah,
jig
you would. My point is that
slightly
Democrats
above the
are very
crappie.
unique
See,
position,
crappie
right?
are up
They
feeders.
can finally get something.
You mean black people?
You just get a feel for this kind of stuff right here when you fish this way. But fishing high, just a little bit, that gets you the
And so when I
stripes.
say get something, and I'm talking
They're
to
not
all
very
black
deep
folks,
at
I'm
all.
talking to
They're
black
about
people.
halfway
They grew up in the hood. I'm
or a
talking
little
to black
more.
folks
See,
who
1,
live on the moon. They
2,
grew up in the hood.
3,
I'm talking to all black folks.
4. Okay,
Right now,
about halfway
black
in the
folks
water
in a
column
very
under that
unique
dock.
position.
Okay, so what you're saying is what I
I'm
understand
reeling
is that
back
black
at a
folks need to
constant
vote.
speed.
I'm saying black folks need
That
to vote
keeps
if they
my
can
depth
if they can
pretty
utilize
consistent.
that vote to get them something.
Okay.
And I just
If they
missed
cannot
one.
negotiate that before they vote, then I wouldn't
Okay.
vote.
That's
I'm
what
talking
you
about
gotta
getting
do
what
is
you
find
need
out
before you
how
vote.
deep
Because
they
here's
are.
the thing. Here's the thing.
That's
You're
why
not
I
going to
say
get
the
what you need
crappie
before you
fishing.
vote
My
until
neighborhood
you
is easy.
demonstrate that
It
you're
really
willing
is
to
once you
use
find
your
the
vote
depth.
as a weapon.
Wait, Dave. My
But those
neighborhood
crappie
has
are.
not changed under
You can
Obama.
catch
It didn't
Let's catch
change under
another.
Bush. It didn't change under Clinton.
How many people in your neighborhood voted?
What difference does that make?
It makes a lot of
No, it
difference.
doesn't.
It does.
See, we operate under the premise that politics works off of votes. And that's probably a good thing. We
There
probably
we
want to
go.
believe that. But really, politics is all about money.
Okay.
Because,
big
But in
problem.
order to get that money, you got to
Hold
get
on,
in that
Dave.
office.
Starting
Hold
to
on,
rain, we're
So
gonna get us
if
some
we go
good
back
rain and
look
cool
at-
us
look at
off
prior
right here.
elections, the elected,
It's a good
the
one.
elected
You're not answering my
position-
question.
Hold on, Dave. The
How many
person-
people
on in
voted
here.
in your
All right, you
neighborhood?
gonna listen to the guy.
I guess.
The person that spent the most money usually wins.
Exactly.
Now, the thing is, the
Well,
person who spends the most money is not always the
Well,
best candidate.
I agree.
Folks,
The person
let's
who
see, here's
the person who
Lane.
can raise the most money 9 times out of 10
Look how far he got that
is the
jig.
one
Now he wanted
who,
that.
in most cases,
No doubt.
is possibly
It's a heavy
going to
fish.
stay out.
Good one.
Because they have made deals with the business community or whoever
Yep,
else
it's fixing
to
to
get the
rain.
money they need to do
We
what
don't
they
care. I'm not a
So
fair weather
ultimately, they
fisherman.
still
Now, I
have
don't
to
care
get
about
your
the
vote.
rain or the sleet or the
Regardless, I
snow.
can raise $100 million to run
Anything
for a
like
state
that.
office. If I
It
can't
don't
convince
matter.
you to vote for me,
But
then that's moot.
let's let
That's
it
what
go.
I'm saying. No matter how much money you make, how much money you raise, you still ultimately have got to
Look
get
at-
people to
There you
pull that lever in that ballot box. That's what I'm
Fish.
saying. And until we
That
start
fish.
using our votes as weapons,
Even though it started raining right
because
here,
right now, I agree with you, Robert. We vote wantonly. We don't.
It was
It's just,
actually
oh,
a
he
little
look
bit
good. I'm
deeper.
gonna vote for him. Oh,
Of
that's
course, I'm
my
fishing a
Sarah.
different
I'm
dock
gonna
out here.
vote for her. Oh yeah,
I think
that's
today
right. He
I'm
grew
just
up in
gonna
the
move
neighborhood
around
I grew. I'm
fishing.
gonna vote for him.
I'm
You
gonna go
never challenge those
down the
people on
river.
what they're gonna do for your community. You literally
fish
throw
up
your vote
several
away
docks
every
down through there
time
and
you
see
vote.
what's going on.
What I've been trying to tell people all along
But this
that we
dock
have
is,
to,
set
just
up
like our
about 7
dollars, we
feet
have to put eyes on our votes.
of
And until
water.
we
Back
vote,
crappie,
the
don't
same
make
as you
any difference.
educate someone
Depth
how to spend money in
is the key.
in the stock, so are the Republicans.
It's a good one.
It's not your money if you have to borrow it.
Let's
in order
flip
to
him
have
on
some
in
money.
here. He's hooked good.
That's it, baby. My
When I
point
see
is-
them hooked
and I just
right
wanna be
here
clear
on-
about this.
at the roof of the
I'm not
mouth,
talking about myself this time. I
I
understand
know
what
they're
you're saying,
hooked
Dave.
good then.
Do I disagree?
That's a decent fish.
You can't
No
disagree.
doubt.
Not totally.
Fat.
But the
Eating shad.
Is that
Eating the heck out of shad.
Idea.
That's legend.
You know, it's kind of like the chicken and the egg. What
That's
comes
2
first?
fish
Do I
out of
need
that
my
one
vote
spot.
first, or do you do something for me first so I can see? Well, we live in a
Could
world
they be
that's
our
all about
another?
what have you done for me lately? But
Honestly.
only it doesn't apply when we start talking about voting. People want you to blindly vote for whoever the hell it is, and everybody says, don't suppress the vote.
You're making my point.
What? What about
That's what I thought.
Making my exact
Good
point.
one
I
right
mean,
here.
you know, sometimes I come in here and I do this show,
God.
and I just wonder if you even
Where's my
listen to
net?
me.
Where is my
Okay.
net? Where is my net?
I'm not telling you to go out there
Look
and
here, what
blindly
slab.
vote for anyone. I'm telling you to hold them
Right there.
accountable. That means that, yeah, you might vote for that
Explain
Democrat
that,
this time
'cause that's
around.
real important.
But when that Democrat comes back after he has gotten that office, and you say, well, wait a minute, dog,
Yeah, that's a
you
big
said you were going to do this, this, this. I'll give you a classic example
Especially
right
for
now.
this time of
Okay?
year.
Frank Scott Jr.
Come here.
Frank Scott Jr. said that within X amount of days, I'm going to have a civilian review board.
Okay.
Where is it?
Check him out. That's a big crowd.
Exactly. So you know what voters ought to be doing? You ought to be holding Frank Scott Jr. accountable. You ought to be sending him emails. You ought to be sending him letters. Hey, you promised. Now, if we don't get that citizens review board, then I guarantee you this next election we won't be voting for you. Now that's on a small scale. In other words, you have to hold people accountable. What we have not done in the past is, you're right, we've just been throwing our votes at them hoping for a miracle. What we need to stop doing is that very thing. We need to start saying, okay, ABC Church, BSG's church, all of us, we're going to vote in a block. And we're going to make sure our congregation votes in a block.
Okay, so you might as well forget doing that whole
So
church.
now I know.
I'm just using that as an example.
Talk
Okay.
about the club.
Okay, all right. Let's see. The club on Wright Avenue. Everybody coming there, y'all. Vote. My point is this:
Right.
is that what we have to do in order to hold them accountable, and this is the classic election to do that.
Right, and I can't believe you talked about your guy Frank.
Let's catch another. Real
See?
simple.
What's up, man? That's your boy.
Look, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. Is that a fact or not?
You was like walking up and down Main Street with the Frank Scott,
It's-
the Frank Scott Jr.
And I also had a Frank Scott suit on too. Now, am I a journalist?
Had it out of water.
I'm
a little
always
bit
a
too
journalist.
long, probably. Let's see.
Now,
Now,
why you trying to throw shade on me?
I'm not throwing shade.
Why you trying to throw shade on
There
me?
she goes.
See,
Oh, I know your
Okay.
name. Oh, I know you. Oh, my God.
I'm making this point. You hate it when people side with me. All your little Texans are side with me. You hate that, don't you? You hate a black man when a black man's smarter than you.
Thunderstorms this evening.
Man. But anyway, I'm just simply saying is that we've got to put eyes on our votes. I've been saying that from day one. We cannot continue. Part of the reason I'm an independent is because I understand what Democrats have not done for black people. I understand what Republicans have not done for black people. I'm an independent. I don't trust one of you. I'm going to trust that person who's going to say and do. I don't give a damn what you say. It's like that girlfriend you're dating, and every time you take her out to date, you spending $100 on it, and she keeps saying, just wait, I'm gonna give you some. Just wait, I'm gonna give you some. That's my point. Exactly.
Popular base.
We got to get a vote for
This is
No,
just a
well, at this
Walmart
point,
special.
here's how you fix this problem. You see, we can't go back and remedy the things that have been going on in the past. We got to take this point forward and say, hey, look, here's where we stand as a community. And unfortunately, we can't do that because we have people like the NAACP, the Urban League, and the National Action Network, all of our organizations that were designed to support black folks selling out to white folks. Okay? So what we have to do collectively as a community and say, hey, look, here's where we stand.
Popular base.
And here's how we're going to vote. And we might vote for ABC candidate.
Y'all know what I mean. Try them out, and you'll find
Exactly.
one
I like that.
That's what I'm saying. Because see, if we voted in blocks, we would we can
for
demand.
watching,
We don't
listening to my
Again, I
opinion.
keep telling you, Dave, you got to understand this system of white supremacy. So they're gonna roll out some Uncle Tom Negro, and Uncle Tom Negro gonna say,
See, that's changing now. It is. I know you have those people.
Southwest Little Rock, 90% of businesses are owned by Mexicans. How they get loans and funded? How they get loans and how they get funded?
They fund each other.
Hey, Pop,
It's
where
the
you
same
going?
with the voters and
Hey,
with the
Pop, where you
dollars.
going?
They spend their money with one another. As a matter of fact, I know this to be true. Here's what Chinese people will do. They will sponsor someone from China to come to America, and that person has to work in their store. Okay? We don't do that. We always find unique excuses why we don't support one another. That's why Southwest Little Rock is called Little Mexico now. Because
Okay,
guess what
folks,
y'all
I'm
did?
here
Y'all moved out of
at the
Southwest
hole.
Little Rock.
Or I hope there's some crappie right down through
Hello?
They
here.
didn't move out of
Now, I'm
Southwest
actually
Little Rock.
here to
It's
catch
just that
fish
for whatever reason,
and
we
take
have
them
the
home and
mission.
eat them, believe it or not. And I don't do that very much during the spawn, but hey, I'm fish hungry.
You're saying
And,
exactly
let me
what
show
I'm
you a little
saying.
bit about what we're doing today. First, the reel is called a master reel
There are certain things
right
that we
here,
have been exposed
Banch and
to.
Brown.
And I think exposure
This reel right here, if I'm not mistaken, was made in 1947. I'll look it back, look it up again, but it was made in the USA. Made in the USA. And it says Model 3. And I actually took this reel apart when I bought it and re-greased it, cleaned every part perfect, put it back together. And the way it is built and the type of metal that gear is made out of, which is real stuff, I don't think this little reel is ever going to wear out on.
It's up on us to broaden those horizons. And we do
Okay.
that.
And the next thing, I'm using 4-pound test Mr. Crappie high vis line
Yeah, but again, Dave,
and
why can't we
11-foot
own the building that
rod.
houses
This is
the
an
Chinese
old
restaurant? I thought we
V&M
have to
rod.
We have to expand
I
our vision
broke
beyond
my 10-footer. I've
beyond
never
the-
used an
beyond the-
11-footer.
beyond
I
the-
broke it
So we're at the trough, right? Somebody
trying
needs
to make
bring
a
the
video
trough and
the
sit
other
trough
day.
down. So
I
why
walked
can't we be
by it
somebody who
and
brings the trough and sit it
hook
down?
was hanging
Why
off the
can't we
side
be
of it.
someone who owns the
Caught
truck
my
that brings
britches
the
leg
trough?
and it popped
Why can't
my
we be someone
15-year-old
who buys
rod.
the
And I
gas
love
to be
V&Ms.
put in
I
the truck
guarantee
to
you they're
deliver
good,
the truck?
good rods.
I mean,
You know why?
there's so much more
Now,
we
the
can
jig-
I ain't gonna buy that from me.
This
that's
is
black
just,
on. I ain't gonna buy that from him.
Well, if that's
unique
the case,
jig.
Dave,
It's made by a
then
man
we're
from
already screwed.
We've been screwed.
That,
That's the
Texas.
point. You gotta change your
His name is
attitude. We gotta
Mr.
take the
Perry, and
top
I've
off.
tied it with a
We'll
loop
be back in a
knot.
moment. You're listening to Black
Right
Focus
here, it's a
Radio.
hand-tied
All right,
jig.
What's up, cousin? Ryan's knocking it out
And
today. Ryan,
all
keep on
jigs,
blowing
not
up
just
Mexico, bro.
hand-tied, but hand-tied ones. I take advantage of the situation, and I'll take fish formula.
Just don't run into any.
This is
ant
slam
dudes.
sauce.
Them things are
Okay,
big
this is
out
some
there.
good
I ain't
stuff. It
kidding.
has an
I'll tell
odor,
you.
sort of
I'm telling you,
like.
they tall. Some of them are 6 feet tall.
It's
There have been
strong.
stories of them cows stumbling into those ant dunes
And I've
and
spilled
been
some of it in my
eaten
tackle
alive by
box.
ants. I'm just saying.
But it's like a power bait. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
It
when we
has
went
a-
to Mexico back in the day.
It's stronger than power bait's what I'm trying to
When we went
say.
to
And that's what I used for years. So we're gonna take this 11-foot rod and catch us some crappie this evening.
But yeah, they told
Now
us
this is a
don't
technique
go
I
anywhere
love
near
to
those
use for the
ant
bank.
dunes.
In fact,
Because
it's
you
so
will be-
productive that you can catch the fire
They
out
would,
of
man,
it.
them some of them
But
suckers
you can
was
see this
big.
jig
I
automatically
kid
when
you
I
not.
put it in the water.
And they will tell you stories of how
It's in a
cows
horizontal
or
position.
livestock would accidentally
And you can see
stumble
just
into
by
one.
me shaking my
and
natural shapes,
he was done.
it puts a lot of
Whole
action
cows. So
into the jig.
you see, I
That
told you.
loop knot is the
Told
reason
you.
why it's so horizontal. Okay, and I'm gonna catch some crappie with it. There's no doubt. Let's put her in there. Now we got to find the depth of the crappie.
All right. Oh, I meant to
That's
see
the
if
first
you put
thing we
this-
have to do.
I'm told
Now
you,
with an
let's see.
11-foot rod, I can touch his nose with it from the bank.
Dang it,
I can
man.
really feel that
Oh,
jig. I'm not very little action, just by me shaking. If you can see that rod tip, is enough action. Any more than that would be overworking it.
Yeah, I meant to call him this morning because I called him after the show. And
got that crappie. That was a light bite. Hey, where you going? That rod's got him, folks. It's limber, forgiving. I don't have to worry about the hook. Is pretty good crappie. I don't have to worry about that hook. I'm talking a minute. I'm excited. After the first crappie, I have to figure them out first. And once I do, I get excited. This is a long rod. I'm not used to dealing with one that long, but I like it. It didn't take much of a hook set. Look how I'm having to do it to get him. Let's get him right here. That's a good fish. Now, they have to be 10 inches here at Weiss Lake to keep them.
Yeah.
10 inches long and 9 inches at Guntersville Lake. But that's the keeper. Let's put him in the bucket. My bucket's way over yonder way. So we'll walk over
fishing
there.
Today, bro.
Put him in there. That's
good fishing day.
Pretty good. Right off the bat, I figured out their depth right here, and that was the main thing. It takes a while to monkey around and figure out that depth. Very important, even when they're spawning. Okay. But let's put him right over here in the bucket. I got my easy checker with me, but I know this fish is over 10 inches. Let me push him up tight. Lord, yeah, he's 12 or better. So let's put him in here. Put that over the top of him. He ain't gonna ruin. He'll still be alive when I leave. This is just a quick, easy trip right here. I'm letting it descend real slow. That 1/32 ounce will trail in behind it at an angle real slow before it straightens up. You can hold your depth real easy just by keeping the same angle off your rod tip. You see, once you establish the depth of these crappie. There's another one.
All right, welcome back to the second hour of the show, Black Focus Radio. Our issues, our solutions. Our voice is 855-525-5683. If you'd like to join the show, of course, we get a lot of comments on Facebook, Twitter. Don't forget, if you miss any part of the show, you can catch us on the podcast. I'm sorry I did not upload the podcast yesterday, but I will upload yesterday and today this afternoon, so you can go back and catch what we were talking about. Of course, Ryan Davis was on the show yesterday also. Apparently, and what we were talking about this last hour is how to use the boat, because I think that's where it's the same as our dollars. This is how I look at it. Okay,
I'm used to a 10
at some
footer,
point, we as black
this
people
11, that
have
foot
got to
don't seem
stop
to make
letting
much
people
difference,
do
but it
things
does.
to us. Now, this is just
that
my
extra
opinion.
Foot makes a lot of difference.
We have to stop letting
There
people do things to us,
Gosh, I'm gonna have to
as
walk
opposed
way back
to
over yonder measuring,
us
but I believe
making
he's
things
keeper.
happen for our community.
We'll go see.
We spend too much time expecting government
10 and
entities
7/8.
to take care of us.
He's a bigger enough one.
We spend too much time.
Get in there, boy.
Remove the hurdles that they placed before.
But I agree with that. I'll concede that point. But here's what I'm
And
saying.
we'll catch another one.
We always want to say what Hispanics and Arabs and Asians are
That's
doing.
exactly what we're
No,
going to do.
they have some of the same hurdles. They have the same hurdles, but how
I
do?
would tend to disagree.
Well, they do.
I would tend to disagree.
They don't.
I won't say they have the same hurdles. I will say they have some hurdles.
Okay.
I don't think their hurdles are as high.
That's what I'll be
They
doing.
may
if I
not
hook
be as
one
high,
about
but still,
3
they still deal
pounds
with
there.
racism. They still deal with bigotry. They still deal with white
There we go.
supremacy. All of that stuff. It just so
That's
happens that they weren't enslaved. See, that's the difference. Is that their mental capacities
Just that
are not
simple. Nothing
retarded.
to it. Now this
Y'all
long
get that,
pole,
right?
I bet
See,
a lot of you that's
our
never
mental
fished with them,
capacities
you probably
have
thinking,
been
oh man, I bet
destroyed
that's tired
as we
his
as a people
arm out.
based on 400 years of
Old as
slavery.
he is, but it
So
don't.
we believe that
I
the
put
white
the butt of
man's
the
ice is
rod
colder. We believe
up under
that
my
before I can
elbow,
believe a
like that
story,
supported.
it's got to
This
be
rod is as light as a feather
approved by a white man
because of
before
that.
I take it as truth.
But
We believe
yeah,
that before
we
I
gotta
take the
this
gospel
crappie to the bucket.
as truth, we
Come
got to
on
worship
in
a
here.
white Jesus. See, that's a mental destruction that affected us, as
There he
opposed
is.
to
That's some
other
pretty
cultures.
fish.
I know
Pretty
it's true.
fish. She wanted that jig. It was
Okay.
down deep.
What's his name?
Okay.
What's his name?
That was probably
What's his
close
name?
to 11. But let's make her walk back over here. I'm in my old legs is muscle. Now I'm kind of skinny, but now it's because of stuff like this.
Exactly.
And folks, the reason I'm doing this is because I want y'all to know that you don't have to have a boat. For years, I didn't have one when I was a kid. But and this is what I would do. And I learned more from the bank than I did from a boat. His fish is 12 and a quarter. So we'll put him in the bucket.
Buster Brown.
There we go. That seems like a little bit better fish right there.
He legitimated you.
He legitimized me.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? He's a community advocate.
Feels like he's got a lot more power. I ain't seen him yet, but
Right. And that's my point.
got quite a bit more
You see,
power than
so
others.
That's just ignorant.
how is it?
Them other
Well,
ones
it's
is good fish,
it's,
too. Oh, yeah.
it's ignorance to some
This is
extent,
good.
but it's really
Black crappie.
insanity.
Smell.
Think about it.
There are some people I won't call him that.
Come on. Come on, boy.
It's for other reasons.
You're whooped. He hit real close to the rocks right here, and the reason is because this water
But this guy, that was just crazy.
is
But see,
deeper
that's
this
insanity.
way.
And the same thing applies to us as we shop in black businesses, as we support black entities, until because see, the difference in our culture and all those other cultures that we talk about is that those
This fish
cultures
has been
support one
tagged.
another.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Okay?
We've been told not to.
He's a tag crappie, and I don't know
From our inception.
Exactly.
anything about these tags.
It's hard to
Right
break.
here, I'll
You
find
can
out.
watch on Facebook. I mean, that's why I say it's certain comedians. I don't support them. I don't support
Okay,
them.
let's go put him in the bucket,
It's simple. Because they
which is way down yonder way. I'm covering a lot of water.
take those
That's the
same
main
negative
thing, folks.
stereotypes,
It's covering a lot of water.
They benefit from it. They go around, and some people, it's funny to say,
Oh,
black people always
Yeah.
late, or black people don't want to work.
See, I never say that.
You further.
I never say CP
Nothing
time.
about these tags.
That's an insult.
I'll find out about it.
I said
Let me put him
some
in there.
are on CP time. But
Fish a little bit longer, then we'll find out about this tag deal.
we shouldn't be trying to. We
Let me
shouldn't
go
be
to my
being-
rod. It's way down yonder way.
The whole thing about black folks being lazy was cleaned out.
Exactly.
Now that bite come from right here.
They were to some degree, they were
Real
the
close to
supervisors,
rocks.
right?
I'm gonna
They were the guy
come
who rode
close
on
to
the
the
horse and had
rocks.
whip. They made sure that you
Go
was picking
right
the cotton
through where
on
that
time.
crappie hit.
So when they had Emancipation
See if there's
Proclamation,
another one.
now they get to get paid.
There he
The
is.
slaves getting paid. They don't need.
See, I
they
didn't
don't
come
need
through
the,
there
The guy on the horse.
one direction,
So he had to
nothing
figure
do
out a
it.
way
Same
to
place.
Get rid of these black folks.
I
So he
come back
started
the
saying,
other
you know
way.
what, they lazy.
And that's what
They don't
happens.
wanna work.
That's just a little
You know
trick.
what? The only time black
And I
folks in
think
America
that's
have been
why
employed
the
100%
old timers
was doing slavery.
Exactly.
called it angling, because
That's
angles
rich.
makes a difference.
America needs to take a look at
Not
itself.
with just
And we don't
crappie,
need to keep
all
putting
fish.
those negative stereotypes about black
Well,
Now-
America's not going to take a look at itself. If it
That's
wanted
just
to,
an
it would
opinion.
have a long time ago. I'm just simply saying is that at some
Bring
point
this fish
we are
on in.
over
This old
150
long
years
rod I
up
got
from
in
slavery.
here.
At what point are we going to look at our mental capacities and say, "Hey,
It's a male.
we can change this"? The problem
Male
is that we've
black
never
crappie. I
had
hadn't
any
caught a white one
leaders
yet.
who decided that, hey, here's what you ought to do. Think about it. Think about from all of the civil rights organizations. They were not fighting to empower black people. They were fighting to assimilate black people.
Right here,
okay?
Mr. Perry,
Asians come over here, they don't give a damn about your assimilation.
Now,
Chinese come over here, they don't give a damn about your assimilation. And what really stood out to me was a few years ago when I was in Los Angeles and I was looking for, and I've told this story before, when I was looking for ghost peppers. Ghost peppers were originally created in India. And
no doubt it's the 4x4.
Hansel Harris, a dear friend of mine, was taking me around because we were getting ready for an event out there, and I needed to make my product. And we went to all kinds of communities. We went to Little Mexico. We went to the Asian community. We went to the Indian community.
Go catch another one. I got this bucket under shade right here.
More than anything else, that when we went to the Indian community, every sign in that community was in Indian.
Surface temperature.
Okay? I couldn't even read the damn
sign.
sign.
A lot of fronts. Matter of fact,
she just happened to know, well, that's the supermarket. That's where they go to buy their goods.
It's in between fronts.
So, okay, I get out. And by the way, next to the supermarket is an Indian restaurant. The outside signage is in Indian.
There we
Couldn't
go.
read it. As I walked down the sidewalk and some Indian people walked by me, they were talking to one another. Couldn't understand a damn word they said because they were speaking in Indian. Okay? So then I go in the store and I'm looking around and I go to where the peppers are and didn't see ghost peppers. I decide that I would go to the clerk. The clerk looks at me. I ask her, do you have boot jalokia? She looks at me like,
beautiful fish.
What?
Let's let
So you know what I finally had to do? I had to pull up a picture of the ghost peppers on my phone and show it to one of the clerks before that clerk could say, no have. That's all he could say to me. Now, what's my point? They live in that community. They don't give a damn about what's going on in that community. They live their lives under their own auspices. And until we as a black community start doing that, they don't depend on the government. As a matter of fact, you know what they did? The mall in that city, they were trying to sell it. The previous owners were trying to sell it for $100 million. And they wanted it financed.
Like I said,
you know what the Indians did?
Technique.
They raised their own money and went pay
like
cash
about a
for
10-foot
it. And then the owners wanted to sue them. Because the owners wanted to finance it. Because they were looking at, we finance this with interest. We'll make an extra 25-30%. Okay? They couldn't sue them because they either had to sell it to them or not. And they sold it to them because $100 million.
I went to a friend's house. His name was Johnny.
You see what I'm saying? So my point is this, because I've matriculated in a lot of different types of communities. I purposely would get to know people from other cultures because the more you know about other cultures, the more well-rounded you are. I even taught my kids to do that same thing. My daughter, as a matter of fact, for Thanksgiving, she's going to Thailand just to go. So what I'm trying to get black people to understand is that we have got to have
store right here, and they had this brochure and all the information's in it.
Like Chinese.
Yeah,
we demand that the government give us our fair share, but we need to also make sure that we are taking care of one another as they do. Okay?
So
and until we do that, this is not going to change. This is on us now. I could say 50 years ago, it was on us, but it was also on them. Now it's on us. We make enough money. I said it up and I'll say it again, $1.3 trillion annually. We make enough money to support our own communities. We spend 2% of that money in our communities.
I wasn't in the rodeo. It cost $15 to enter. The bad thing is I didn't know anything about it.
That goes back to our mindset that you would rather
and all that kind of stuff. I go fishing when I can because it's good for me.
You would rather live in a white community where they don't want you, where they're painting nigger on your car, where they're putting your cars on flats, where they're egging your house. You would rather live in there and say, hey, I'm the only nigga out here. And be proud of it. As opposed to go back to your own community and say, hey, let's build this up for us. Let's build the playground for us. We got a problem right now in this country where black men men and black women, black girls and black boys are disappearing at alarming rates.
Next year I'll
But
buy
you know
me.
what we worrying about?
I'll
Everything
pay
but
$15
that.
and if I go to
You
Wise,
see,
I'll
that's a
probably
middle
not get
problem.
lucky and catch
That
one.
we're more
That's
concerned
how it
about
works.
Real
That's
Housewives of Atlanta.
But,
We're more concerned about
here's the
power.
crappie. It's I measured it. It's 12.5 inches long. It's a male, and there's the tag. It's a hot pink tag.
That means a lot.
Oh my
Thank you very
goodness.
much from the people with-
Well, you trying to throw shade at me again?
That's fish.
Really?
I remember.
If
Go
you listen,
fishing when you can, because it's good.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. But that's my point. Is that thousands of black men, and it's frustrating to me every day now that somewhere on my Facebook wall, someone's gonna say so and so is missing, and the majority of them are black girls, 13, 14, 15 years old, or black boys. In fact, we don't even talk about the black boys that are coming up missing. In fact, I saw a post this morning where the person says, "Oh, this is just terrible about they just want black girls. They don't want black boys." No, the same number of black women that are coming up missing, black men are coming up missing as well. But we're not even talking about that. We're not even concerned about that. And until I say this over and over again. Look, I'm more apt to help you if you're trying to help yourself.
Okay,
then
let's
you're not
just
doing
go
a damn
straight
thing
to the
for
point.
yourself.
Come with
You see
me
what I'm saying?
on
We have to decide that, hey,
and
we
we'll
want to
use
fix
these
this
two
problem.
products right
And
here.
it ain't going to be easy.
And what we're going to do is catch crappie. We're not going to try to catch crappie. We're going to catch crappie. Come with me.
No certain things because not all of us.
Okay, folks. Hey, I'm on the water right here. I was going to go ahead and go across the river channel and go to our spot that we're going to fish today. But I thought because of the loud noises under that bridge, I just think it'd be a lot better if I showed you right now. This is a 8-foot Wally Marshall signature rod. Okay, it's IM6 rod, and it's a medium light.
Anytime you have mental
I have
issues,
Power Pro line
that's
on
not
it.
a
This
simple
is
answer.
a super line,
and
it has
Francis Chris Wilson
green
said,
like
many
a
other
dark
great black
green
scholars,
color,
is
which
that
it
we
really
have a
doesn't
mental
matter.
problem
Not in stained muddy
in our
water.
community. And
4
until
pound
we
test.
fix
It
that
has a
mental
diameter of
problem,
1 pound test
that
mono.
means supporting one another.
Okay.
In fact, I know a lot of black folks who
I
don't like
attached a
themselves.
small swivel.
Okay?
Okay, to the Power Pro.
That's a mental
and I
problem.
have a piece of floor carving right here about 16, 18 inches long. And I'm going to tie a loop knot in this jig right here. And by the way, let me correct myself. It's not marabou, it's feathers on the back of it. It has a size 6 hook.
I don't mind talking about the little people.
Okay, folks, let's just do it like this. I've done got a loop knot tied to the jig.
No.
I like
That's
a
what
loop knot when
capitalism
I'm vertical
does.
fishing. Now I'm going to be putting a minnow behind here, so that's going to allow a lot of freedom from the line to the eyelet. What I mean by bending a hook is take it right here at the bend and bend it up. It don't take much, just a little bit. Now when I set the hook into that fish, that's going to give you instant penetration, okay? Which on this Power Pro line, these super lines, they don't have any stretch.
We've got to say it's
okay. So you don't need to set a hook hard. You just actually load up on your rod. Is about all you do.
We have got to simply
because a crappie has a soft mouth. If you set that hook too hard with that type of line,
we have to say,
rip that
it's like I
crappie's
used the
mouth, no
analogy
doubt.
the other day
But
about
now the stuff
when I
is
want that new
sensitive.
car.
I don't use it a
I'm
whole
tired of
lot,
paying for
but
all those
the
repairs
last
on that
time
old
I was
car.
here, these
Seems like
fish,
I just spent $200 on
I mean, they
buckboard.
hit real
Now,
light.
I got to pay another $300. Now I got to pay another $200.
And because of that, I missed some fish.
That needs brakes.
And today,
At some
I
point, you
don't
trade in
miss
that
none.
old
I want to catch some good
And
crappie
at some
today.
point, black
Cross
people
your
got to
fingers
trade in the old
and hope we
mentality
do.
for a new
We're
one,
going to
because
use
if
two
we do
different
not,
techniques
we're
in
going
the
to
same
continue to be
area.
stranded on the side
There's
of the
fish
road.
coming to me, and I won't have to move a whole lot today and search. That's a good thing. Let's go. Okay, here we are The water temperature, the surface temperature is 49 degrees, and that ain't bad at all.
I agree.
But now this water, the lake level's high right now, so they're moving a lot of water. And I knew that was going to happen, so that's why I
that's
added
a classic
the swivel
example of that.
to eliminate line twist. Real small. Get you a real small swivel. Now on baits
the hair
like
store
this,
opened up in Nashville,
folks,
and
I
on the
take
first day
advantage of them.
they earn
always use some
$50,000 in
sort of
sales.
attractant fish formula.
We
It
don't
doesn't
get
matter
this
really,
shit.
really
We don't
matter what it is,
understand
but I'll soak
how
it, jig down with it.
Right.
Just like that. And that eliminates my odor off my hand. I really believe I get a few more strikes during the course of the day by doing this. And
if you were listening to the show earlier before you tried to throw shade at me, I told you that we currently
pretty good size one right there for this, but I'm going to put him on there. And I'll go through both
2% of that money in our
lips
community.
right
if
here.
we increase that spending, not half,
we'll get up here and see if we can vertical jig a big old crappie up or a little
we
one.
could create 1 million
Whatever
jobs
the day
in our
gives us,
community.
that's what's going to
That's
happen.
not me saying it.
There we go. Gentle hook set.
Okay,
Look
cool.
here. This is a nice crappie.
Cool.
This is, let me get him. Hey.
Okay.
I don't want to lose you. Get over here, you pretty thing. That's what I've been fishing for right there. Let me get her net. I get excited and I move too much. Come on in here. That's what we're fishing for right there.
Cool.
And hopefully bigger. I hope
what I'm
there's
trying
a
to
big
get
sow
people to
cow in there.
understand here, we have to have a mind shift.
Let's take a look at him right here.
How it looks to me, as far as how
He
it's
was
being
funny.
done, that means
Right there
having
like
more
that.
shows like this.
And bird.
That means going out. That old saying, each one
And the
of us
reason
must
is
teach
I
one.
had I didn't show y'all, but I
if
had
we're
a
going
big
to
minnow.
teach, then you have to be
a
open
big
to
old
learning. You understand what I'm saying?
And you can use too big
You
a
have to
minnow
be.
like this.
I
You
can't
can
teach you
overbear the
anything.
size of
Look,
your hook.
I'm a classic
but
example
I
of
was fishing
that.
for a big fish. So I was fortunate to catch that fish. Okay, that's a good looking fish right there. Let's let him go right here. Elmer's got fish. Now, there's no need for him. There's no need to keep no more than he can use. Let's let him go right there. He goes back where he belongs. I hate that, Elmer, but now, if you want them, you need to come on out here with me.
But here's why you have to make sure
let's
the
catch
adults
another
get it.
one.
Because
Having a lot of
children
fun out
mimic
here on
their
Guntersville
adults,
Lake.
their parents.
Love
Okay,
it.
I would say the majority.
There
Okay,
it is.
because how many times have you? Now that you're an old man now, how many times have you thought about what your
Come
dad
on in
did
here.
or
This
your
is a
mom
pretty
did?
good fish
Or how many
right
times
here,
are you
folks.
doing things that your mom? I know I do it
No
quite
doubt.
often, and I find myself. Look,
He
one of the
does
things that I'm
good
gonna
right
prepare for Christmas, I mean for
This is a
Thanksgiving when my son
big
gets here,
old
are homemade
crappie right
rolls.
here. I'm just gonna
I got to
take
thinking
my
the other day.
time.
I'm 58
Loosen
years
off
old.
my
I've
drag.
been eating
I don't
those
have any
rolls
stretch
as
in
far
my
as back as I can remember. So that
drag
means that
at
that
all.
roll recipe that my mother passed
I'm
down
excited again.
has got to be
This
close
is
to
a big
100 years
fish.
old. Because my mom is 93.
This is the one
What
I've been
does that
fishing
mean?
for, I guarantee you. Let's get her net. Sorry about all the movement, but I lost my net. Come on in here.
Roll.
Hey,
Roll.
that's a slab, no doubt. That's a big crappie right there. Matter of
Yes,
fact,
I do
we're
put sugar in my icebox,
we're gonna go ahead and
Why are you
measure
going
him.
down that path when I'm making a point
And
here
wait.
about mimicking?
I've got me a scale right here, and then we're gonna let that pretty thing go.
Okay.
That's a huge crappie.
Sugar worse than cocaine, y'all.
Okay.
8 times more.
By the way, some country.
Let's take a look at it. That's what I'm talking about.
Allow for
Right there.
recreation.
That's what I like to catch, and that's the way I'm set up right here to catch them.
I don't know what to say.
Great little technique. Jig a minnow. Okay, let's measure him to start
And
with.
why they're doing
Everybody will be smooth. But
That's a
anyway,
good one.
but what I'm
That's a
saying
good
is this. is that children,
He's more
we have
girthy
to
than anything.
start
This is a
with
heavy
adults.
fish.
I
Heavy
totally agree
crappie.
with you that we've got to bring the children along as well.
Okay.
But we've got to change
Let's
the
get the
attitudes of
measure on
adults because it is the adults
Okay,
who go
he is
home to those
14.
children, who teach those children.
Y'all can see
if
that.
we begin to teach the adults,
14
then
and
maybe
about
some of them won't
7
get it,
eighths.
but the
He's
majority
almost
of them
15
will.
inches.
And then, of course, those
Now,
children who
what
are
I mean
of
by
age,
his girth,
the
he's
14,
real
15,
heavy.
16,
They're just
17,
like
18-year-old
bass this
kids
time of
who
year.
understand
They're at
or
their
see what's
heaviest.
going on. Those are the ones
They're
you
gonna
begin to
get,
grab.
actually,
And then
these
what they
fish
do
are
is they go back
feeding
and teach their little brothers and
for
their
the
little sisters.
spawn. You know,
That's
we
how the
got
process
spring
needs to work.
approaching,
But
y'all.
right now, we don't even
Now let's see
have a
what
plan
this
in
fish
action to
weighs.
try to
I
move
got
this
some
process
Berkeley.
forward. We don't have one entity
I
that
got
say,
some
hey,
Berkeley
look,
scales right
come
here.
to this,
Now they're
and I'm
calibrated
thinking about the
perfect
Black
because I
Panther
got a
part.
5-pound
You know,
weight.
think about what they did.
at
They
home,
created, they
and
said,
I
hey, look,
checked.
our people are going to school, our children are going to school, and they don't have lunch. What did they
Okay, it's
do?
zeroed out.
They don't
right
have
here. Let's
breakfast.
see
They
what it
created
weighs.
breakfast. They said, hey,
Okay.
our children are going to school and they're
2
not being
pound, 1
vaccinated.
ounce.
They don't have their proper
Let's look the
shots. They're not
scale.
getting proper medical care. What did they do? They
Okay,
created
here's fish.
neighborhood medical clinics.
Okay.
Those are the things that we as black people have got to start doing.
Let's see what he
We have
does.
got to start being responsible
Hey,
for our
get your
own
balance.
communities because it's been clear to
There he
us
goes.
that
There
nobody
he
else
goes.
gives a damn
Now that
about
gives
our
me a good
communities. That's
feeling
pretty
to let a
clear.
fish like that go.
You can drive in
A
any
matter of
city
fact,
in this country and you know right off the bat you're in the hood.
to tell you the truth, they don't taste near as good as the 9, 10 inch size. No need to keep it. Okay, let's go back in here. And there ain't but one thing to do, folks, out here on the Tennessee River or Lake Guntersville. Catch another fish. That's what we do here. Let's do
We
it.
don't have the temerity as a
There we go.
actually demand.
Not much of a hook set. Y'all seen that?
Let's
See what we got.
Temerity. That was a
Pretty good fish right here. Pretty good fish. Come on in here, boy.
Yeah, that was okay. I wanted to clear that up for the people there.
Get my arms out of the way of the camera. I'm trying to improve
Your
that.
hard license plate.
He's into
You
everything.
done quickly graduated to using those college words.
Give me a fit right there. It's a good, pretty good doggone good crappie there. Hey,
But no, so
I'm slipping everywhere. Come this
our
old
issues are
rainy
so
weather here in North Alabama. That's fine. There we go. Hey, I tell you what, I have had fun out here today, folks.
Who have been fighting for us,
And I
they put their
enjoy all
hands
the
up
good
and
comments
They start doing
and
other
all the
stuff and they
support.
forsake their communities.
Y'all have given me. I'm not kidding about that. That's a good fish right there. Good Tennessee river fish. He ain't no
Would I do
2-pounder,
that? Would I do
but
that?
he's a good fish.
let me
And I think we need to let him go, no doubt. Get in there, boy. Going back home.
And I'm a bit different.
Where's
kind
them hooks at here in this
So, in
mesh?
my community,
Tackle box
there's
here.
roughly
Zone lock.
about $125 million that
Chemically
comes into my community
sharpened.
every year for housing and other things. For
Crappie hook. Brown
Unfortunately,
hook. Whatever
that
you
money
want to
that
use it
always
for.
gets spent in communities
Supposed to
like
be
mine.
incredibly
So
incredibly
my only
sharp.
goal,
They're
being a capitalist,
gold
is
Aberdeen,
I'm going to exercise those dollars.
size
To
6.
put them to work in my hood. To put people who look like
Hey.
me to work.
Let's
In the
try
hood.
them, man.
That's how I'm gonna have
Never
my
used
impact.
that style of
We're not
hook.
gonna have my
On these
impact by
minnows
going
like
to
this, I
work.
like
We're
to
gonna
just
have
hook
my
them
impact
up,
by
go in
rebuilding
their
the hood.
mouth,
Y'all heard it right
and
here.
right through
All
their
the way
little nose
gonna
nostril.
rebuild
There's a
the-
pig.
You are?
Yeah, there's the weight of the fish. He just barely crawling off. That's
you
what
got
they
jump
like to
too.
do. I got
Yeah,
a
you
big
got jump
minnow
too.
on here. Well, he turned it loose. Hey, he
You're
got
not
it
going to
again.
do anything unless they let you.
Let's see what he is. There we go. Hey,
I'm just, well, no, I understand what you're saying, but at
her
some
straight.
point, what we've got
Wow.
to start doing
What do we got
is look
here?
within ourselves and say we can get this
I
done.
don't think
We
that's a
can fix
crappie.
this. You know, we got, look, don't say you don't
It
have
is.
money.
Yeah, it is a crappie too. He just fat and crazy. He's mad. I stuck that hook in him. I'm talking about. That's a good fish right there. Come on in here,
I'm
boy.
not an advocate. I'm an activist.
Open your mouth.
I'm an activist.
Open your
I'm an
mouth.
activist.
There he is. That's a pretty good fish right there. That one's big enough to measure. Okay. That's a big fish. I'm going to say about, guessing,
I'm gonna say about 12 and a quarter, but let's see what we got. That's just a guesstimate.
Building what?
Right here, he's a girthy fish.
What facility?
All right, there he is.
That ain't
His
for the
mouth
hood.
is touching the stop right there, and he is
$2 million. $200 million.
about 12 and 3/16. 16 shy of a quarter, but it's girthy.
West Central thing. That was another.
That's a heavy fish right there. Beautiful.
Right? Then they built the fire
Let's let him
station out
back
there.
in the water. Let's let him go. Oh, let's
They
put
built
him
another
over here.
facility out there.
We'll let him. Hey. I'm going to let you go.
That we could have put black folks
Go
to
on
work,
back
a lot of
in there,
jobs
boy.
would have worked.
Hey, this is a
They're
lot
not
of
trying to do
fun,
that.
folks.
So my thing
It's so
is,
much
I'm
fun. I'm going to rig me up another manor,
I'm gonna put black people
and we're going
to
to
work.
catch some.
You can
Hang with me.
you can
Woo,
drive in there.
he is easing off quick. Let's see what we
I
got.
had a hammer.
Oh, me? Hey,
Like plumbers,
come on, vintage.
like concrete finishers.
It's
You got a
good.
bunch of like framers, like roofers, all that kind of stuff. Those brothers
Come on
struggle
over here,
every
boy.
year because they're not getting.
Got him hooked in a good spot, too, but he may come off if I don't watch him. Come here, boy. No, he wouldn't have come unbuttoned.
Right now, my son also.
That's a good hook. When you see a hook, catch them right in here, you got a good hook. So, yeah, mystery tackle box, I like your hook, but now I'm going to go ahead and just focus on catching crappie. That's a beautiful fish right there. Let's let him go right here.
Then you're going to be sued for discrimination.
Get on in there, boy.
I'm black.
There he goes.
You know, white people now
Huh.
saying black people.
That fish has got it. And I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, that sounds good and kind.
Wow.
Super special and everything, but
Where you going, boy?
whereas it,
Tighten my drag
you
up just a little bit. I had to change rods.
I don't.
He come out there like a lightning bolt.
Are you throwing shade again?
No wonder. Good fish, too.
I'm just saying. I just feel good.
He
that
fooled me. I
shows
mean, he
finally
come out
have
there like a
an impact.
bass. Just like a bass will do.
Hell, these Negroes, the little round.
And that's a big crappie. No doubt.
There's zombies in this city. They
Wow.
don't get it.
There
You
you
know,
go,
they don't
folks.
get it.
Let's measure him. He's not no 2-pounder, but he's a big one. I'm gonna measure these good ones. He's let's look at him right here. We just got to. That was 12 and
That's what's up, Rob.
3/8. 12 and 3/8.
Make that Black Wall Street, baby.
I agree. I mean,
That's a good
you
one.
know,
Oh, Chuck.
what I would love to see, and it's funny you bring that up, because you know
Put that fish back
there's
right
about to be a movie about Tulsa.
He's got to go back.
And as a matter
Get
of
in
fact,
there,
we
boy.
talked about this last week. Where
Straight back.
The state now is authorizing
Okay, I'm picking some big ones. This count the water was real cloudy,
and the money raised
so I'm
on
going
that
through my
license plate
minnows
is
and
going
getting
to
the
go into a
biggest
fund
ones
to
that I can
rebuild,
get. Let's see if we can find us
Wall
another
Street.
big one and drop
Okay.
it back down there. There's some fish in there.
Listen, when you just listen
They've
for a
slowed
moment,
up a little bit because it's the middle of the day. That's typical of a crappie.
will you listen?
They do their bad about that.
Will you?
Does
So where else would
your
you get
chewing
money?
gum lose its flavor on the bedpost every night? Dad, going it.
Yes, why
Does
would
your
you want it
mama
rebuilt?
not say not chew it, but you swallow it and
That's what I'm talking about.
spit?
That's what I'm talking about with y'all black aristocrats. Y'all the same folks. Don't call me a nigga, but it's okay to
Fish
treat me
like
like
that,
one.
boy.
Don't you call me a nigga.
Old yachts coming by in here.
Just go and jump off.
trying to
the
feed.
time.
You always they're gonna give us some money. They're gonna build us some
I
money.
didn't
Folks, I
say
wanna
they were
say,
going to give us money.
I
That-
appreciate
Let me ask you something. How many black folks do you think would buy that? If I was in Tulsa, I'd get that license plate.
subs. That's a lot of people.
Because that's money that I'm giving. That's not them giving us
And
anything.
it's
Okay.
mind blowing
Well,
too.
what are they doing with the money again?
That money is going to go
That's a lot
to
of
Black
people
Wall
put
Street,
up.
and they're going to start
Which
rebuilding
mean,
Black
I mean,
Wall
now-
Street.
Hell with
Water.
Black Wall Street.
There's
If you want
something
to
little
take
wrong,
that
it ain't
money to make
bad.
them license plates,
There's something
take that money to give it to minority business owners so they can grow their
But,
business. Hell with that
I
craziness,
enjoy
man. That's
fishing,
craziness.
and,
I'm tired of y'all black
I
folks.
know
I'm
y'all
tired of
do
you black
too. I read
aristocrats.
each and every
You know what?
comment.
I ain't
We're
had my
not
hard
able-
tag but a couple of weeks. So
there's
Dave,
so many
I'm
comments
still one of
coming
them.
in.
I'm still hood, Dave. I'm still hood,
Like we did
Dave.
before.
I'm still hood, Dave.
It's impossible.
I'm still hood.
So we
Cause
try
y'all like
to
aristocrats. Y'all
answer
shutting
about
us
the
out.
first 50
I'm
on each video
I'm simply
because I truly enjoy
is that
that
that's
kind of
part
stuff.
of what
I mean,
they
I really
owe that
do, but
community. Just like
time's the issue. And
just like in Elaine, just like in all these other places. Yeah, the government needs to participate in that. But what I'm simply saying
this right here
is that
out
we
here
are going to solve this problem.
is no doubt peaceful.
It begins
I really mean that
and
on
what
my
I was gonna
videos.
say, I would love to
I just
see
feel at
you,
home
Mr.
here, and I
Capitalist,
love it.
go
And I know
right
y'all do
down
too.
there
But the main
on
important
9th
thing
and
right
Broadway
here,
and
as far as I'm
rebuild
concerned, this is only
9th
my
Street.
opinion. Hey, woo, there it is. Oh,
Don't be signed.
Woo, woo, hey,
Let me say this.
hey. Go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.
All that inside. We create all that wealth inside. Don't mind if you got a 30 credit score. That's all right. I'm gonna put you with other people who got credit. Somebody might have cash. We're gonna all get together and make this thing pop like fish grease. Because the most important thing in our community is we don't have access. Be it access to capital, be it access to information, be it access to knowledge, be it access to whatever. Today, man, we gotta start doing small things like that, man. That's how we change the game. I know everybody want to keep talking about voting. Forget voting. I'm talking about.
No, you don't forget
I ain't saying
voting.
forget voting. Okay, I should say forget voting.
No, you
I'm sorry,
don't.
Dave. I ain't saying forget voting because if you go vote Tuesday, it's gonna really change your life, Wednesday. That's right. Go right out and vote. You run right out and vote. I'm just saying.
All right, folks. Robert says don't vote.
I ain't saying don't vote.
Here's someone.
I'm not saying don't vote.
Here's someone.
I'm not saying don't vote.
Here's someone who ran for city board, who wanted our vote, but now he's saying don't vote. Isn't that a little contradictory to you? It is to me. Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say about you. Man, look, hang on. I gotta make a quick announcement. If there's anyone out there who has if you speak well, if you are up on the latest news, up on the issues that affect the black community, send me your email and your resume at blackfocusradio@gmail.com. We are in the process of looking for a new talk show host to join me. Now, and I'm saying that because, see, now that the capitalist is becoming a capitalist, and he's got his hard license plate, he won't be spending much more time around us. Okay?
I'm gonna be the black aristocrats plan. Better ask somebody.
So I need to put that out there now so we can have another host. Although I can do the show by myself, but I'd like to be able to bounce positive ideas off of people in our community. So send me that resume. I'll talk to you. Okay. But anyway, I hear what you're saying, but we've got to have a multi-pronged attack, okay? We just can't talk about capitalism and money without educating people.
Man, whatever.
Okay? We have to educate. Look, we got plenty of money, dude. See, here you go try to use my little stuff.
Must be the money. Must be the money.
I'm sorry for this. You know, he's been making a lot of white friends lately. This is him. Who is that?
What boy Dion?
Dion who?
Must be the money, baby.
Dion who?
Dion's Sanders, baby.
That's why it sounds like crap. Gosh. Come on.
David Coleman. You just
Lord
a hater.
have mercy. I hate
You just
Dion.
a hater, man.
Dion, that's self-aggrandizing.
All the stuff that Dion has done for the black community, I don't know how you can fix your mouth to say such a thing. Blasphemy, Dave Coleman. Blasphemy, black man.
Dion is only about himself. Period.
Man, did you not see Dion on Celebrity Apprentice? He's about people, man.
Thank God I didn't.
He's about the people, man.
Okay. Who? What was the name of that show?
It's called Celebrity Apprentice.
And who?
No, not Celebrity Apprentice, but Undercover Boss. I'm sorry. Celebrity Undercover Boss. You ain't see Dion on that, man. Giving away stuff.
Look,
Dion was fascinating, man.
I spend my time watching stuff that's going to uplift and empower me. And watching reality TV, just don't do it for me, dog.
All right,
Just
man,
don't.
fine. You know
Okay.
what, Dave? Fine. Because you can't hit every reality, though. That's cool.
You know.
All right. So, Dave, I'm down with you. I'm down with you on whatever. Whatever.
Okay.
On whatever. Whatever you want to do. You want to rob a bank? I'm going to drive a getaway car. You want to pull off an assassination? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do, Dave? You know what I'm going to do, Dave?
You gonna pull the trigger?
No,
You gonna ride around in the trunk?
I'm going to wait for you to come out and let you get in the car. I'm going to drive off. I got your back, dog.
Yeah, you gonna ride around the truck.
You want to go downtown and punch somebody, Dave? I got your back. You know what I'm gonna do, right? You know what I'm gonna do, right?
What?
I'm bailing you out. I got you, baby. I got you. I got you, man.
Thanks.
Because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm a man of the people.
With friends like you who need open manholes.
That's it, man. You don't need to open that hole. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, man. I got you. I got you.
At the end of the day, we can fix this problem.
We can. But I'm already starting, Dave. You already started. We already started. We just got to bring in like-minded folks and get it done, player. That's it.
Where are those like-minded folks?
Some of them listen to the show, some of them not.
You know,
but we just got to find them.
Because
baby.
I would argue right now it's more convenient. You know, I find that black people are so negative.
I think so. Well, I mean, I think to some degree they have a right to be. Some of the stuff they did.
Well, I understand I've been through those same things, and to some respect, even if I didn't do it personally, it's in my DNA. But at some point, we have to decide that, hey, I'm gonna work with Rob. I'm gonna work with Dave.
I think what's important is first they got to see us doing stuff, right? And so once we start doing stuff, Dave, then I think people start coming along. Because again, that's what's up. You know, you got to show people that it's a way it can be done. And we got to show them how it's done. And once we show them how it's done, I think they'll come along. I think they'll go with it.
You know what? I would like to believe that that's true, but unfortunately, I do not.
You don't believe it?
No, I don't believe it. Because there's been too much prima facie evidence to show us that this country is not about us. We see it every day on the news. We see it every day in the movies. We see it every day on sitcoms. We see that we are minimized. You know, and the point that your boy Ryan made is that they're more concerned about gay people than they are about black people.
I disagree with that. But let me say this though.
No offense to gay people, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if you didn't tell me that you were gay, I'd never know you're gay. I can't take this black skin off. Okay? And by the way, gay is not the new black. And never will be, and never crossed my mind. And if you approach me with that BS, I'm gonna slap you. Figuratively, not literally.
Check this out. So this is what's always bothered me. The things we need to fix our community are already there. For whatever reason, we haven't tapped into it. So we have inadequate housing in the black community. There's money to build houses. Any issue that you see in the black community, there's money that comes into the city every year to address it. We have yet to identify the money, nor have we figured out a way to get that money and disperse it out to in our community. So what I've decided is I figure out a way to get that money and then disperse that money out into our community, which is what I'm going to do. That's why I say it's important that more people become capitalists. Being an advocate is great, but if you're an advocate and you ain't got any money, then I think it kind of defeats the purpose, because when it comes time to have a movement, you can't fund the movement.
Yeah, I saw it, Tony.
Because nobody wants to fund the movement. Nobody wants to fund that movement. So my thing is, we're going to capitalize this thing. So if you're serious about making that money, and you're serious about having black folk come up, and you've got something that you want to do, holler at me. I'll be more than happy to help you for a modest fee. I will be more than happy to help you identify some cash and exercise that cash.
Well, I will tell you that after the first of the year, probably around the end of January, we will have another grant writing seminar. It will probably be online. It will be minimal. Let's see how many people show up, because I'm not going to give you that book, give it away to you free, but it'll be a minimal cost. No. You're the capitalist. You got deep pockets. In fact, you ought to pay for 5 people to come.
Hey, I just started being a capitalist a year ago.
When you bite the snake's head off, then you got to deal with it.
I ain't got capitalist money yet, Dave. You got to give me some time.
So, but I'm just saying, we will be doing things that's going to try to empower you. All right? And one of the things is, and I was thinking about this last night, is that it's, and then the first of the year is the perfect time to have a grant seminar, because that's when most companies have started a new fiscal year. That's when they put together the budget for how much they're going to give out in grants, and this is a great time to start putting your proposals together.
You got your girl, what's her name? You came on the show.
Keisha Cobb.
No, and the other one, Pam. I can't remember
Pam Reed. Okay.
Small business administration.
Right.
We got Pam Reed. Mm-hmm. So hey man, we got the tools. If y'all want to do this thing, we can do it. So don't be playing. If you want to get with it, you can get with it.
And the key is that you simply got to decide that you want to change your circumstance. And you can't do it selfishly.
They don't say that, man. That's so ugly. Everybody wants to change their circumstance.
Do they?
If you want to change your circumstance, we can help.
So if they wanted to change their circumstances, would they still be in that circumstance?
Of course they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't. It's kind of like throwing you out in the middle of a lake and I got a boat. You're 10 feet away from me and I've got a life raft. And I throw that, I got a life preserver. And I throw that life preserver to you and it's 9 feet away. I mean, it's a foot away. And all you have to do is reach your arm out and grab it. But most of us won't reach out and grab it because you know what we'll say? Man, come on, man. You could have got it closer. That's our problem. So we end up drowning in our communities. Okay? So what you have to do, if you want to, it's kind of like bringing them to Christ. If you want to be saved, first, you must decide that you want the Lord in your heart. So if you want to save your community, you have to decide that you want to save your community. You have to open your heart. It's the same difference. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. You have to make the decision. Anything that you accomplish, you want to get a degree. First thing you got to decide is, hey, I want to get that degree. You want to get a master's. Oh, now I got my degree. I'm gonna get my master's. Now I'm gonna get my PhD.
You're killing me, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm hungry. Oh man, I'm hungry. I need to go to the store. Then I get to the store. I got to decide: do I want to get bologna, or do I want to get steaks? Depends on my budget. But at some point, I'm gonna feed myself because I don't want to be hungry. It's a personal issue to decide that you want to change. I can't change you, brothers and sisters. I can offer you information as we do every day here. I guess as I do every day. And what are you laughing about? What are you laughing about?
You are one sick dude.
You know, and it's up to you to accept it. Look, man, we drop tons and tons of knowledge on this show every day. It makes me wonder how many people actually take it to task. It makes me wonder because, you know, there are tons and tons of things that we can do individually as a community to rise up. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm planning to have a rites of passage camp in June. I'm going to ask a lot of you all to spend, let's say, a minimum of $30 to support some young men coming to this camp. I don't want to go get a grant.
Put me down.
Okay? I don't want to go to get a grant. I don't know if it's going to be, I'm going by what it cost back then. It was $35 per person. Okay? I don't want to go get a grant. I don't want to go begging to the white man to give us money so we can help our black boys. I get so sick of that. Okay? When we have enough money. And I didn't do it then, by the way. I went to black churches and said, hey, look, I have this seminar that's going to be going on for a weekend. It's going to cost $35 for a boy. If you don't have a boy within the age range of sending him, then will you please donate $35 to send someone? And you know what? They did. So if we want to change our disposition in our community, then we have to change it. Nobody else is going to change it. That's why I always argue when you say, well, make America great again. When was America ever great for black people? It never has been. The only way we can make it great for black people is that we have to make it great for black people. That's just kind of how I look at it. You know, and then if there are other people out there, other people out in the community who want to assist us, oh, you're more than welcome. It doesn't matter what your ethnic background is. I'll give you a classic example of that. It's Russ Raycott. He's a white guy. You know, much respect for Russ. You see, so yeah, we can have other people outside of our race to support us. And in fact, if you go back in history, I've told you all over and over again that one of my favorite characters in history was John Brown. John Brown, you know, he was a white guy. He was a white minister. Okay, but it was John Brown who decided that, hey, I've had enough of this slavery stuff. I'm going to raid Harper's Ferry. Now, he wasn't successful, but those are the types. Where are the John Browns? We'll accept you guys. Come on in. We need you. But first of all, we have to take it upon ourselves and say, hey, we need to fix this problem. And that's all I'm saying. It's time for us to fix it. We've got the power. We've got the wherewithal. You know, and I don't buy this argument that we're not smart enough, because we are the most agreed ethnic group in this country, especially black women. Okay. Especially black women. Okay? We are the most agreed ethnic group in this country. Yet what do we do with those degrees? We go and work for them. Why don't you bring that expertise back to our community? And by the way, some of those things that you're taught in college ain't gonna necessarily work with black people. So yeah, bring your degree, but be willing to be malleable. You know what that means? Malleable means to be able to be molded in a certain way to utilize.
Oh, now you got to mold a brother? I ain't good enough? You got to mold me, Dave?
I'm just simply saying that don't bring your white supremacist education into a black establishment. Part of the reason that white teachers are not educating black children is because they're bringing that white supremacist mentality into black neighborhoods. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
So we're going to talk to Mike about that Tuesday at noon, huh?
Oh, yeah. All right. I just saw a story where they've got little girls pole dance, and they say it's not sexual. No.
Okay, Dave. Let's go home, please. I can't take no more. Are they white?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I just saw the story. It just popped up.
They got little white girls pole dancing.
They got 3 white girls in shorts and tied shirts, and they said children pole dancing isn't sexual. Okay.
All right, Dave, let's go, man. And it's something we need to do today.
What do we need to do today?
I don't know, something, because this is crazy as hell.
You know, I'm just saying.
I just don't know what to say right now.
Tanya said, what? Where did pole dancing come from? Only time I've ever seen pole dancing was at the strip club. Yeah. Not that I go. I don't go now. I've been a couple of times. Never figured out why you got to take my money and I can't touch it. But that's another story for another.
Well, I ain't going if I can't touch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I never got
to me, that's like going to a strip club is like going to a buffet and just watching everybody else.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I just never got that. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not getting it. But anyway, anyway. But we got to get out of here. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of Black Focus Radio. Myself, along with Robert Weld. Appreciate everybody joining us, and and you will be hearing more about the grant seminar as well as the Rites of Passage camp that we're planning for June. Okay? So if you have a young man ages 11 to young adult, they will be available or able to attend this camp. Now, let me be honest with you. This ain't some camp where we're going to go out there and sing Kumbaya and we shall overcome. We're going to hit them with hard-hitting facts about being black in America, okay? And how you can overcome some of those difficulties. That's what this is all about, all right? So if you think your little Johnny boy is a snowflake, then you don't want to send him to this.
Dang, Dave.
I'm just letting you know. Because we will have black leaders, black activists. We'll even have Robert Webb there. And
But you gonna be talking about capitalism?
if we need to, yeah. We're gonna teach our kids how to overcome this situation.
That's what's up.
All right. Well, anyway, we gotta go. And to hell with Stephen A. Smith. Stop watching this show, folks.
Yeah, him and Damian Woody.
Okay? Stop watching this show. All right? So we got to get out of here. I appreciate everybody joining us. You ready today?
Yeah. To be a poor man is hard, but to be a poor race in a land of dollars is the very bottom of hardship. My man, W.E.B. Du Bois. Wow. Spend money in your own community. If you don't, nobody else will. Peace.
And in light of what we've been talking about today, because I know you kind of get your head all up in the air and say, man, it's so hard. We've been going through this so long. Here's what Nelson Mandela said. It always seems impossible until it's done.
That's it.
Damn!
That's it.
Y'all have a great day.
That's it. I like that one.
Oh, there was something I was going to ask you. What was...
Hey, that house you gonna buy, that's on pavement, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's yellow.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because I bought a house. I was gonna get that.